what up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. We West Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
Coach JB.
Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. Hop until
You are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. Use not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's talking.
Got to get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight, and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap. Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB show.
Let's join our winnables. What up? It is Truth Telling Thursday right here on the Coach AB show with Big Smitty. We got a loaded lineup today. Steve Kim joins us, talk Ryan Garcia, Haney fight. Plus, we got Shaun King, our NFL QB analyst, to break down a mock NFL draft. Plus, talk all QBs, top college quarterbacks returning for 2024 as well. We're going to dive into that with Shaun King. Plus, we're going to make our winnable picks. So head on over to winnable.com/slappicks, and you can get a pick bet from any one of our cappers live every single day as it continues to grow. Cappers from every sport. Hockey playoffs about to begin. Major League Baseball is in full swing. Keynan, Middleton, St. Louis Cardinals pitcher joins us usually every Wednesday. Plus, we got NFL, NBA, and all other sports professionals joining winnable.com/slappicks. Hey, I hit it last night. I won both picks last night and the NBA play-in. We're going to dive into that, plus so much more. Cappers from every sport play with us, and you can be the next big winner. Subscribe to our first down plan, and you can play weekly or monthly with the pros. Winnable.com/slappicks. We got a loaded lineup today. It is Truth Telling Thursday. Steve Kim joins us to talk about the Sanders' latest tweets, plus Cormani McClain exit and possibly headed to his Miami Hurricanes. We're going to talk to him about Mario Cristobal's contract. Plus, Shaun King joins us to talk mock NFL draft, plus break down some film, as we usually do on Thursdays, plus our NBA winnable picks, plus the Bulls are in, the Hawks are out, plus some mock NFL best available picks, plus some Major League Baseball news, college football talk on the realest show on planet Earth. Bet it on with your betting apps, Winnable, Prize Picks, and Bet Online, proud sponsors of the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. Last Chance U is exactly that. Last chance for many. The mere fact that Shiloh Sanders, Shador Sanders, and the University of Colorado, now called University of Prime, don't understand, it is shocking. It is shocking to me that they don't understand or grasp this concept. The ignorance or lack of facts blows my mind. These are guys who, again, don't pay homage to their forefathers, yet expect to win? Expect to be the best at their specific sport, specific positions? Shiloh, listen, homie, do you remember a guy named Cam Newton? Hey, Shador, listen up, youngster. Do you remember a cat named Aaron Rodgers? Hey, Coach Sanders, you remember a guy named John Madden, Warren Moon, Chad Ochocinco, your homie, Steve Smith? I mean, I can list another 30% of the NFL who are JUCO players and who were on their last chance. But this ain't last chance. You, Colorado? I got news for you, homie. In Colorado, you are last chance. For you three, it's your last chance too, contrary to belief. Let's get into the show. NBA play-in. Jimmy Butler injured. 76ers limp in, but draw the Knicks. Bulls play the Heat tomorrow. Deion Sanders responds to Shiloh's last chance you tweet that we all know addressed to me. Dak's accuser drops $100 million lawsuit a day after Trevor Bauer's accuser is caught lying and will be sentenced. Ironic, that is. Mahomes says he will refrain from commenting on the presidential race. Why? Why, homie? Stand for something or fall for anything. Jim Harbaugh staying on the beach right here in Huntington Beach with Greg Roman in a motorhome as they get ready to draft their first picks together next Thursday on the NFL draft. Belichick says he wants to coach and become the all-time wins leader, but doesn't know if he will get the opportunity. But before we begin, my wonderful co-host, Ball State legend, Naptown's finest, 317 Far East Side great, AR5 defending, Lamar Jackson loving, LeBron hairline having, and Caitlin Clark jocking. Fox Sports' very own, our main man. Welcome in, Big Smitty. Clap it up.
What's going on? Good morning, JB. How you doing, man? You good?
Now your voice?
That's my voice, man. A little raspy, you know what I mean? You know, been grinding. It's Thursday. It's been a busy week. You know, you guys know what I do beyond this show. But listen, we here. We excited. We're excited. Let me speak properly. We got a loaded show right now. And y'all, I was talking to JB before the show started, man. And thank you, Jada Benz. I appreciate you, Jada.
Look your voice change.
You know, the ladies talk to you. You gotta get a little deeper with it.
Hey, so what Jack said, JB's a clown. If LeBron came out and talked politics, JB would flame him. These players are damned if they do, damned if they don't.
Jack, we'll get to that soon.
LeBron does do that.
We'll get to that soon. We'll get to that soon, Jack. JB, I was talking to JB y'all offline here before we started, and we were talking about business stuff like that. I don't get into the specifics, but I was trying to explain to JB that you can't be gangster in every environment, in every situation, in every conversation. So moving forward, there's certain things on the business side that I'm going to take over. I'm going to have JB either send over to me, send over to Bailey, because me and Bailey and I are able to kind of do both. You know, as Black people, let's be real, for our entire lives, we've been trained to if we talk to a bill collector, we can change that voice. We can change that tone. We can turn it off. JB is this the entire time, which I respect as a man. But there's a small little piece in there where it's like, all right, JB, this ain't the time and the place to be.
Well, we're lost. We don't get what you're saying.
I can't go into the specifics, JB. Just understand that
No, we're trying to see what this means.
Like you even keep like this is who JB is all the time. All the time.
What does that mean though?
Motherfucker, you gonna say what you gonna cuss, you gonna talk that shit, you gonna like whatever the situation is. It could be church, funeral, JB show, it could be my fucking
so you're saying when someone hits me up and asks, hey, would you collaborate with us? We got a deal for you. I just be like, fuck no, not unless you're paying.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I just told this person.
We had some money on the table, y'all, potentially. Somebody was offering us. I'm going to just tell y'all now, we family. We had the money on the table, big money offer. I think it was 6-figure offer. And JB didn't like the actual brand. So instead of saying like, you know, thanks for reaching out, we appreciate it. We'll love to set up a call to discuss another option, you know, yada, yada, yada. JB said, nah, fuck no, this is stupid. We're not doing this shit for pennies and dimes, pennies and nickels. Go hit up another fucking podcast. I'm like, bro, that's not the time and the place. Like that's an example of keeping it real going wrong. Dave Chappelle did a whole skit about it, and JB is the epitome of that.
Hey, I'd rather fall on the sword, land, get up, say, damn, I died my way.
TJ, I'm gonna hit him up. See, TJ, the thing about it is a lot of people, JB's the bigger name, of course, right? So people will email him. So I'm just now learning about this like 10 minutes ago, TJ. So I gotta hit him up, have JB forward me the email, try to clean it up. So
I got a gang of these collaboration emails.
See,
too.
look, see this.
Hold on, let me read one. Hello, Coach JB Show and Big Smitty. My name is Ann from Chang Technology, and I sincerely invite you to collaborate with us. We watch your show daily, and we know you from Last Chance U on Netflix. What an unbelievable character you are. We would love to collaborate with you, and technology specializes in everyday and office supplies. We offer a variety of high-quality products, including window films, plastic storage boxes, magnets, and pen holders. We have been producing high-quality window films that play an important role. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I responded and said, I thought I was pretty nice. I said, not interested. We only want paid deals. Good luck. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
Because like the tone of that message is like, man, fuck it. No, fuck you.
Who wants a pin holder on this show? They don't even go with this show. Like we're not gonna represent bullshit either, Smitty. Unless they say, hey, we got 800, we got an 8-figure deal. Smitty, you gotta hold that motherfucking pin like this. I hold it, I'll do that, but it ain't no real.
But we don't even know, JB, because we didn't get a check. Listen.
Right here.
Always get to a numbers point at least. Always see what the offer is. Right now, you dropping the fucking shit before we even know there's a possibility to make some real money.
On the show, fucking storage bin and shit. Now, if we in person and these motherfuckers got storage, they got fucking boxes everywhere and it's a logo. Cool, fuck it, let's go.
But that's what we're headed to. You need to start thinking in the in-person mindset. We got some things behind the scenes working. You might have to drive 2 hours, but that's sacrifice. It's what it is. You ain't got nothing else to do. It's what it is. So that's part of the process. Just from now on, just forward me the emails.
All right,
got you.
I'm definitely gonna do that because you're definitely better talker. Like you're gonna get them thinking. Me,
yeah.
They don't even respond back to me.
They're like, damn, this motherfucker.
All right, man. We're live. Let's get into this brass tacks here. The show quote of the day brought to you by betonline.ag. Head on over. What up, man? The real Coach JB here for the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We got a proud new sponsor, of course, for the second part of the year, and that's BetOnline. Continue to be your number one source for all basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. March Madness is here. Join us every Monday and Friday with Jeff Nadu as we will pick them and up to minute odds, stats, and trends. You can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop to your mobile device. Head on over to BetOnline today. Become part of the team and remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Peace. Smitty. I don't do well like beating around the bush and shit. Like I just go straight to it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You can't take none of that shit anyway with us. So I'm like, man, it's kind of like Shador and Shiloh.
Is it?
Yeah, because I don't think they understand. Like Deion's came out and addressed the Last Chance U tweet that Shiloh made. Yeah, if you didn't hear about it, we got it for you. We got it.
Like, first of all, let's get this straight. When real players want to jump, they can't talk to personnel, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So who do you think they talk to?
The players.
Thank you. How stupid are you to think that they don't talk to one another? That's when you know who's who and what's what. That's what
the players.
Those, Ain't those Matt's old homies?
Elevating. Next to you, Dion. Can you want me to wipe your beard? The players, they call the players. Everything you say is right, Dion. Guarantee you. Let's watch the rest of this.
Where it comes from first. Like, if I know who's going to jump in the portal from our team, what are my players are going to tell me? Not a coach from somewhere else, because it's illegal, correct?
Yep.
For the coach to be having these conversations, although they happen.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, a friend of a friend of a friend, they happen. But so when Shiloh's saying like this, he's not lying, man. That's how it goes down. And he's just making a joke out of it. Really, that's hilarious. But that's really how it goes down.
Yeah.
If you look at Shador's DM, you'll look, oh my God.
Every wide receiver in the country.
Yeah.
Every wide receiver type.
Every wide receiver in the country that we don't get. Every old lineman that we don't have.
Any offensive lineman in the country.
Yeah.
Every offensive lineman in the country, where they at? Dog, listen. Players are absolutely your best recruiters. No mistake about it, Smitty. You know, I know. The homies talk to the homies, especially now on Instagram, Twitter, etc. Come on over here, blah, blah, blah.
You've been saying that.
I used to use it the other way, Smitty. I would tell those recruits, I'm recruiting, hey, dog, DM my players. Ask them how I am. If you're so worried because the rumors were out, Smitty, oh, JB crazy, woo-woo. Go ask my players. Go ask Jermaine Johnson, Rakeem Boyd, Emmett Gooden. Go ask them. And when they tell you, man, JB fucking like our dad. Why did everybody come to me then? And why nobody ever left me? That's fucking ironic, isn't it? That no one ever left me and all the best players came to me, but yet I'm the asshole. I can't believe why no one understands that, Smitty. I can't believe people really can't grasp that concept.
Nobody ever left you, JB? Ever? No one, not one player left you.
Guys, I cut.
Right, that don't count.
No one ever left me. No. So why would you not leave me? Why would you come to me? And yet, I'm the asshole.
I'm the bad guy.
Right? Do the math. Like, I don't want to do the math.
The math ain't mathing.
Unbelievable. It's fucking unbelievable. But we're over here making excuses every single day about now it's last chance you. Shador, you are last chance you, homie. And if you had any homage at all, if you had any understanding of your forefathers in this game, you would absolutely accept last chance you, because that's the new Colorado. Because Cam Newton, who I'm sure you look up to, is a black quarterback, is a JUCO product, homie. So is Aaron Rodgers, Shador. Guess what? So are a lot of NFL legends, and you're just sitting there like, oh, last chance you. This is what you are. You want to be the next Cam Newton, right? Like, all I ever hear is this cat talking about how great he wants to be. He wants to be the best quarterback, Shador Sanders keeps saying. I hear him on several different platforms say it. But now last chance you's beneath you. This is what you are, dog. You're a borrower and a trader. You now are a borrower and a trader, and that is what JUCO is. Like, what are you talking about? We talked about it yesterday with Matt, and we got a viral video going out there right now. We're not gonna beat a dead horse, but I'm just trying to. I thought about it. I'm like, dog, do they realize especially at quarterback, and then for Dion not to understand that John Madden. I mean, you can't get a bigger name. JUCO, Warren Moon, JUCO. Like, the list goes on and on and on, especially guys that you're probably going to play with, like maybe Tank Dell or maybe Jermaine Johnson or maybe Tyreek Hill, maybe Alvin Kamara. Oh, all JUCO. So, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why is JUCO and last chance you clowning? Your whole roster is last chance you at Colorado, dog. Your entire roster is last chance you right now. And y'all over there trying to clown it instead of accept it and embrace it. You over there clowning it. Like, what? How you clowning what you are? It's ignorance as shit. But we're going to find out. We're going to see how it ends out. That's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
Tomorrow was JUCO. So you ask a question after you make a statement, and then That's called ignorance, you fucking idiot. How about you fucking go do some research before you come out and then ask the question after when you found out? Oh, really? After you say, hey, wasn't no JUCO? You guys are fucking clowns, man. I'm going to be honest. You fuckers are all clowns in this goddamn chat. Besides the real people in here that we know, all the rest of you fucking trolls are fucking embarrassing. Now, let's get back to the show amicably. Mahomes says he refrains from commenting about...
No, you forgot. You forgot quote of the day.
Quote of the day.
What would you do without me? This show would be a mess without me here.
No, I didn't say all of you, Jacob. I said everybody without us knowing. All these regular fucks are idiots.
If we don't know you, we don't fuck with you.
All right. If you're not a member in green, we don't fuck with you, really. Quote of the day. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then try to win.
Damn, they trying.
That's successful people, too. I'm going to read it back to you, Smitty. You want to get it?
Yep.
So just victorious warriors, and I'm going to say successful people. Same thing.
Yep.
Win first and then go to war. Successful people win first and then go to work. While defeated people go to war first, go to work first, and then try to win.
So the winners, they already got the right mindset, the right plan of attack. They've already won at the crib before they went out.
They get up,
make their bed, pray.
Yeah, you ain't made your bed in months. You started, you did it one time, and then you were hyped about it. Even you came on the show bragging about it, and then it's been nothing but you ain't done it since.
I slept on my couch last night on accident. No, I'm home by myself. My wife been at work. It has nothing to do with that. Sometimes I just be in the living room watching TV and I just fall asleep. And this time I just didn't wake up. Usually I wake up middle of the night and then I'll go. But this time I just didn't wake up. I told you I was exhausted for some reason last night, so I just KO'd on the couch.
Got no tea,
no cover. No, I actually got my stuff checked. Last time I went to the doctor. My shit is through the roof. They said you got more tea than you need. Like my shit was that shit was different. Like,
do you know?
I can get hard right now.
You know, on this show the other day, I talked about low T for our kids.
I did. What'd you say?
And I said our T levels for these kids are the lowest it's ever been. Everybody's like, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. And it's ironic that a doctor sent this over.
The average 22-year-old today has a lower testosterone than the average 70-year-old had in the 80s. Taco Bell and weed. It's simple.
Smitty gets it. I don't get it. Like, why is that so hard to grasp?
Man.
Like, why is that so hard? YouTube won't let me pay you. You got to go Cash App. I don't got Cash App. Smitty do. Hit up Smitty.
I got everything. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Pay.
PayPal, all the Elon Musk shit.
I got the new stuff. Whatever you need to pay, I got it. Zelle. Shit. And we need hey, sign up to Winnable, man. You said what?
Wells Fargo. Everybody. We got every app possible. I just downloaded 2. Fuck it.
Winnable. Sign up for Winnable. That's all we care about right now. It's Winnable. If you're not on Winnable, I can't even fuck with you.
Western Union,
right? All the hood cats will be like, "Can you Western Union me some money?" I'm like, "Come on, man."
Knicks.
Yeah.
You don't know about Knicks.
I know about Western Union though.
You know about Knicks?
No. I know about Knicks, like the restaurant in Manhattan Beach. You get that nice butter cake. Ooh, it's so good.
Knicks check cashing is a hood spot that everybody grew up in the hood. You go to Knicks to get like that. You don't have that. Let's be real. You don't have that social. You don't have that bank account. You don't have bank account. You don't want the feds following you. You don't want anything out there. All my hood homies, OGs, they went to Knicks because they didn't want the government, checking on you.
Yeah.
We had that old flip phone, that old flipper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Knicks was our spot. Guaranteed, holler at a bitch in there. You might get some pussy in there. You might meet a cat in there. You probably get something though. Catch something. You might get smoked up in there. You might get robbed in there. There's a lot of shit that go down in Knicks.
Is it worth it though?
But you get that cash, you get that check. They only take a little percentage out. You ain't got to go to the feds with it. You know what I mean? So
I like that. I like that, man.
Spot. So if you don't know about Nick, shout out to Nick's check cashing. Thank you, Jada. No, Jada in the hood. She know the real.
Jada's still in the hood right now as we speak.
She there right now.
Like right now.
Now Nick's Walmart is now the new Nick's.
It's crazy because y'all ain't got like one Walmart out here. That's something that I know is when I moved to LA. Y'all ain't really got no like Walmarts just like in LA is what I'm saying. Like you got to drive kind of far to go to a Walmart.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how it is by you live. You're not a Los Angeles person.
Walmarts are in every town around. You're talking about downtown LA? Maybe not. I don't know.
Jada, keep it real. Like where's the closest Walmart? Like maybe I'm missing something.
Dog, Walmarts are all by you.
No, they not. Well, it depends what you define as by you, I guess. What I'm saying is back in other cities.
Dog, you're in the biggest fucking place in America.
But what I'm saying is Walmart isn't the main, thank you, Jada. Walmart isn't the main store here at all. We got hella Ralph's, hella Whole Foods, hella
that's not
Targets,
Walmart,
hella.
You don't go to Walmart in LA for food, homie.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm saying back
in the Midwest, you go to fucking Walmart for everything. That's why the food and the fucking mom and pops are garbage and they're done. They got killed off in the Midwest. If you go to like out here though, we got Ralph's, Stater Brothers, Vons, fucking Safeway. We got real shit out here. This is a real, like, our economy is like the second highest in the whole world, Smitty, for a reason. Not Indiana. Indiana, nobody gives a fuck. You guys all go to Walmart. A lot of you guys go there. You got no teeth. Your mom and your sister is the same human. Your brother and your daddy is the same person. You go in Indianapolis. You go and you meth out. You're meth head. You're sliding around Walmart fucking lane. You're like, fuck, can I go to the Knicks, cash a check? No. Oh, shit. Can I go? Where's the next Walmart? Fucking 2 blocks over. There's another Walmart. You go in there. You meet the same fucking people with no teeth. And then you're like, damn. You come to LA. You're in a real city. It's a real fucking situation. We got real options, Smitty. Come on, man. You got 2 options there. You got fucking Walmart. And then you got White Castle. And that's it. Like, what the fuck you talking about? But anyway, moving on amicably, Smitty don't need to respond to any of that I just said. Greg Roman was found in a motorhome.
How the hell did that just happen right there? Like, Indiana just got destroyed just now. Shout out to Naptown because everything he said was wrong. I mean, I love the confidence, though.
That's not wrong, though.
That's a prime example of, like,
it's actually kind of
how somebody can, like, kind of like lie, but do it in such a confident manner that it makes a lot of people believe him.
Hey, it's actually kind of right on, though, to be honest.
He said all we got is White Castle and Walmart.
Independence, Kansas had a fucking store, right? It's like you go in there.
What?
Oh, man. We call that motherfucker
what's I call it?
Cyborg store.
Cyborg store.
And then, yeah, dog, we call it cyborgs. You walk in there and it was nothing but cyborgs in that motherfucker. We thought it was literally cyborgs. Like, these cats had just generations of fucking each other, the same family. You know what I mean? It was just fucking. Okay, I mean, cats have 3 eyes.
I was about to say
2 teeth.
Futurama.
No teeth. 2 teeth. Motherfucker had a tooth. Motherfucker had 3 eyes and 1 tooth. I'm like, what the fuck is this motherfucker looking like? We call it cyborgs, man. This is the Midwest, though. That's the Midwest in a nutshell. And Indianapolis, last time I checked, is in the Midwest.
Like Kansas, that's my city, man. You need to put some respect on my city because I'm telling you again, this show's gonna blow up, and we might take it on the road. And Indianapolis will be one of our stops. And if you keep talking crazy about the city, they are taking receipts, and I don't want nothing to happen to you.
I'm loved there.
I don't know.
Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over to Prize Picks. Use the promo code Coach JB. In life, what you really want will never come easy, contrary to belief.
Man, I'm living that right now, man. It's like, dang, sometimes you be wanting it to come easy, but then after you achieve what you want and you look back at the journey it took, you're more appreciative of the work.
Why do you talk so low when you said it like you're defeated or something?
Now, I ain't defeated. That's some real, that shit hit home right there. Like, motherfucker been grinding, shit ain't matriculating. yet in the way that you want it to, but you try to keep on believing, keep the faith going, keep working. Shout out to Clay D. JB from the hood act like his parents wasn't buying him polo sizes for Walmart. LMAO.
So let me dive into that.
Okay, dive into it.
See, here's the problem. See, you young cats, damn.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You young cats don't realize there was no Walmart when I was growing up, homie. And Polo Assassin, whatever the fuck that is, wasn't around. So you guys don't understand that we didn't have Walmart then. I don't know when Walmart came around. They might have been a small Walmart or something, but we don't remember nothing about Walmart. We never went to Walmart. We went to Zodi's, Jimco. We went to motherfucking TJ and Y, OG Kmart. We had real shit. So come on, man. We don't Walmart. What? Y'all took our hood shit and turned it into Walmart. You took everyone's country's hood places, every city, every town, every state in the country. You took all the hood spots and you threw it into one place called Walmart. And then you made 5 white dudes worth $40 billion each.
Hey, it worked.
Hey, guess what? The irony in all this, how the world works, we already talked about geographically placing folks there, real estate. Do you know that a bunch of inner city white trash and inner city brothers made 5 white boys $50 billion a piece?
They've been making money off our backs for years, JB.
Ain't no white dude, no rich motherfucker going into Walmart.
Of course. Where they going? They going to damn Whole Foods?
No, see, you keep bringing up. See, that's the thing about the small town Midwest. See, you keep bringing up food. Homie, we don't shop for food at Walmart in California. Stop.
I said Whole Foods. I said Whole Foods.
No, you don't go to Walmart for fucking groceries. Not here. You do in Indianapolis.
I said Whole Foods. That's a store, Jimmy.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, I was like, you must be confused. Whole Foods is an actual store. It's a healthy store.
It's for food, though.
Yeah, I mean,
why you keep bringing up Walmart for food, though?
What the fuck?
Hey, so you started off the show when I brought up Walmart.
That was earlier.
House, you mentioned Vaughn. You mentioned all these places. I'm like, dog, that's food rest. That's not where you go get T-shirts.
Bro, Walmart. Listen, I don't know the Walmart out here. Maybe I'm tripping because I don't go to Walmart out here. But Walmart has hella food. We got another similar store called Myers.
That's what I'm saying.
Indiana. Myers.
Walmart for food. You keep mentioning food. We don't go to Walmart to go shopping for food, Smitty. Only you go to Walmart to get George's T-shirts. That's what I just did yesterday. I got some George's. That motherfucker the best T-shirt, by the way. So
let me block this cat real quick. Give me 1 second. 1, 2, 3, and he is gone.
I blocked the other guy.
Oh my god! Here you go, man.
Did you get him?
Yes, I already blocked the guy I was supposed to block.
Why is that? Motherfucker weirdo. Like every day, he makes us count every day to come on this show, dog. You should actually feel honored.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of just consistency,
perseverance.
I mean, I will say that, you know, we should consider hiring this cat for like a behind the scenes role. So, I mean, he is showing guts, he's showing perseverance, he's showing hard work, he's showing. Yep, he's never back down, never give up. He'll be here again tomorrow, and he wakes up every morning on time. He's here early. Might be somebody we can hire to help Bailey out in the background.
White people are giving me a bad name lately, and I don't understand why.
Lately,
but this I do understand why, because white people have been doing some fucking stupid shit lately. Because now it's that time of the season where it's that challenge season.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the fuck that is. And if you ever catch me dead doing one of these dumb fucking challenges, just don't become a member no more. Disown me to get off the show. Smitty might do challenges, just so you know. I'm going to let you know now, a disclaimer. Smitty will probably do a challenge because that's still his era, his generation. That's how it is. I'm only doing
it on Winnable, though.
That's his personality. He'll do it on Winnable.
Yeah.
I can't do no challenge shit. But this is why I'm pissed at white people right now.
Ah, hell no. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're a fucking idiot.
I ain't gonna watch that no more, bro. That's made me mad. That's pissed me off a little bit.
Pisses you off.
Yeah, it pissed me off, bro.
That pisses you off.
That's just some stupid shit, bro. Like, your body's a temple, number one. Number two, people do anything for clicks and likes, bro. Anything. Like, there's nothing off the table. And I get, listen, we want clicks and likes. I'll be lying if I say we don't want the most views we can get. But at the same time, me and JB, we're not about to go out here and do some just fucking wild, stupid shit that's just beyond our character. You're going to get us being us. You might get an extra version of me or whatever. But if you hang around me, even behind the scenes, you know, a few of y'all met me. Like, I'm loud. I'm still like, this is who you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? People out here that's doing whatever. They putting fireworks up their ass. They glass bottles on their mouth. Fucking pet alligators at home. People doing all types of just wild stuff.
Brian Case was like, I want to be converted black, please. Because he said white people giving him a bad rap. Speaking of conversions, what do you guys think about this?
All this foul stuff to say about my people, and we gonna hold you accountable for that. Facts. April 30th, you're gonna be in New York City, right? You got a show at the Gramercy Theater, right? With academics, right?
I run this motherfucking town. And nanny boo-boo, y'all can't do nothing to stop me. Yeah, we like the Chinese. We just don't like the Chinese that want to be black. You get it? We have no problem with the slant eye, booty face, chimichansu fong yong. We ain't got no problem with chimichansu fong yong. But we got a problem with chimichansu fong yong that want to be nigga. Your dick ain't big enough to be nigga. You can't make no mulatto baby with no black woman. Nigga, you don't know damn black woman in the world that'll lay down and fuck a Chinese boy with that chimichansu fong yong little dick, boy. So no, nigga, fuck you, China man. Chimichansu.
JB, what's your take on that? Like, give me a full take on that.
I think he's dead on that. Ball's accurate. Was that Otani's interpreter? You got hot sauce or something in your nose? I'm trying to figure out. I think this cat, Charleston White, is dead on, balls accurate.
Okay.
I'm not a big follower guy. You're either a product of your environment, but stay to who you are, or you're a follower. And I just can't do the follower thing, man. There's too many followers. Too many white boys wanting to be black. Too many Asians wanting to be black. We got motherfucker blacks wanting to be white. Like, come on, man. Just be yourself. I don't know what happened to being yourself. I don't know what happened to this is who you are. Like, I don't get it, dog. I don't get it. I think again, these phones. Yeah, I don't even know where my phone is. Oh, because I was live on Instagram.
Two phones.
All right, let's dive into some sports real quick. The play-in happened last night, Smitty. Jimmy Butler probably is done. I don't know. He played, though. Shout out to him. He played the rest of the game. He had 19 points. They were up most of the whole game. 76ers came back. My pick on winnables, 76ers got it done. They won the game. They have now they're moving up, and they're going to play the Knicks. The Bulls blew out the Atlanta Hawks. So now the Bulls will play the Heat in another play-in, some scenario. I was confused. Bailey and I had to break it down this morning because Smitty thinks it's so cut and dried and so easy of a scenario.
It's super simple.
And then it's not simple because if we have to think about it.
Super simple.
It's not more simple than what it used to be. So
right, that's cool.
That's the bottom line. It's not more simple. So we are like, okay, who was the 7 and the 8 seed, and then who moved up? Okay, the 7 seed won. So they moved automatically. They moved up. 76ers moved up. Boom. They moved up. They now are in the playoffs.
Play the Knicks, and they're gonna win that too. Bailey, let me know, Bailey, if I put $100 on the Sixers to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let me know what that does, please.
You lose $100.
Continue, Jimmy.
Did you watch Embiid?
Yeah. And
he's horrific. He's done. Cooked. Put pork in him. He's cooked.
He ain't cooked or nothing.
Yeah, he is cooked.
He just got back from that injury, so he's not in shape right. He's not in shape. He's not in shape, and he's trying to get back. So that's the worst version you're gonna see of him. He still got 23-15. That's still one.
Let me ask you something.
Ask me shit.
Hyped on this play-in. So let me ask you something. Why are stats for the playoffs not allowed into the NBA playoff stats? So, for instance,
I don't know. I don't really care.
See, yeah, exactly. Because you don't care, because it's just a money grab and it's absolutely a joke. If it's a play-in, what is it? It's not regular season. It's not playoffs, because playoff stats don't go towards it. Either does the play-in tournament during the regular season. None of those stats go towards your stats. I just found this out yesterday, and I'm like, what? So what is it? Is it a playoff? Is it a play-in, and you're in this neutral ground gray area where nobody can see you play? Because I'm trying to figure out. You did just play, because guess what? Jimmy Butler just ended his possibly his year and career, because it'll probably never be the same. What is it called? Career. A play-in? Is it a play-in?
Yes.
So Jimmy Butler can get hurt in the play-in, but the stats don't count.
I'm not gonna argue with you. We've been arguing about this last 2 days, or whatever. So
because you know it doesn't make sense, homie. You know it's a fucking mockery. Let's just keep it real. You know it's an absolute joke that a dude has to get hurt in this shit ass play-in, and then we don't count the stats that he got hurt in, which is a slap in the backhand, slap in the face to the player.
Injuries are part of the game. That's not lean on the fact. That's not lean on the fact that somebody got injured and use that as the evidence, as the reason that the play-in is garbage now. This guy got hurt. Oh my God!
You can't answer me what part of the game it is, though.
It's just a part of the game. I don't know what type of question it is.
It's not a playoff. Because the stats don't count.
It's to get into the playoff.
What is it?
It's the play-in. It's to get into the playoffs. What are you talking about? It's the
you already lost.
It's just like the NCAA tournament. Again, yes, it is. In terms of getting that last seed in, when our brackets are made and they're done, oftentimes you'll have the number 1 seed Purdue, and it says they'll face the winner of this team and this team. It's just another way to add another competitive thing.
That's also something y'all designed.
And that's cool, JB. As a fan, that's fine.
64 teams, Smitty. That's it. 64 teams. Now we got 65, 66, now the 68th team.
I just don't understand why it pisses y'all off so much as a fan. Like, if you were a current player and you didn't like it, I would respect that. If we had an NBA player come in and say, I don't like playing. Cool, from your perspective, I can understand that. But as a fan, I want to see y'all have to play for your playoff lives, because that's going to add some intensity, naturally. I want to see that.
I'm glad we have great debates when we don't even talk about. We have nothing. None of this is on.
None of this on the rundown.
All you fans out there, none of this on the shot. Let me figure this out. So if you were a player, you just asked me, you will try to be getting into the tournament as the 68th team. So there's 68 teams now. 4 of them need to play each other to get in to play the 4-1 seeds. That's how it works right now, I'm pretty sure, right? In the college basketball. Mm-hmm. So you just said, well, if you're a basketball player, you'd be trying to get in there. No. See, again, you guys are making up shit to just make up shit. Because here's why. I'll drop a mic on you real quick. You had 4 teams in the NCAA March Madness tournament to play the 4-1 seeds. I don't know why. It used to be 1 played 64. The best team overall played the worst team overall. Number 2 seed overall. That's why there was 4-1 seeds back in the day. And they played, guess who? 64, 63, 62, 61. That's who they played. It's always been that way. That means they were a 16 seed in the tournament. That's how it's always been. So if that's the case, Smitty, and everybody's so gung-ho on being the last 4 in to try to make the tournament, then why do so many motherfuckers opt out of the NIT?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead, answer.
I mean, that's the NIT, though.
We don't want to play in the NIT. We don't want to play a postseason. We might get hurt, coach. We don't want to play postseason. But you'll play at 68, 67, 66 to get into a tournament you know you're going to get blown out in the first round in? Make it make sense, man.
I mean, upsets happen all the time, and I don't think that's correlated. The NIT, that's a whole separate tournament that no one really cares about, at least in recent years. And again, so I said, come on now. I knew you was gonna say that. But in recent years, people don't really care about the NIT. I didn't watch one NIT game. I don't know when they play. I don't know what time they play. I don't know what team won. I don't know what team lost. Nobody cares. So they know that too. It's like I'm not going to, it's not worth the risk. But for the actual tournament itself, to get a chance to do that on and where everybody's watching, you got a chance to upset number 1 seed. Yeah, you're gonna do that. So anyway, that's a separate conversation. All I'm saying is, as a fan, I don't mind watching an extra couple games where people are playing for their playoff lives. Like at the end of the day, we're gonna watch the Heat and the fucking Bulls or whatever go at it for the last spot and diving on floor like it's win or go home. So like it's basically it's like a game 7 basically. So as a fan, all I'm saying is I'm just confused on why the fans in the chat are mad about watching more competition. As a player, I would understand that. As a fan, I just don't understand that, and that's where it's at. And that's a mic drop, and we ain't gonna argue about it no more.
It's not competition.
And Gene, I don't want to get nobody a trophy. No one gets a play-in trophy, my guy. They're just competing for the last 2.
Hey.
Y'all making this a bigger deal than what it is. That's the thing that pisses me off. You're acting like it's like a fucking a whole nother tournament. It's fucking 2 spots, 7 and 8 seed. They're fighting for the last 2 spots, y'all. Give me a break. The first
let me ask you something.
6 seeds are locked. Don't ask me nothing. Don't ask me nothing the rest of the show.
You don't like this word, so did the 68th seed earn it?
Every time you say that, my stomach hurt.
Hey, how many 16 seeds have beat a 1 seed ever in the tournament history?
Either none or 1.
1. Yeah. So all the history of basketball, 1 16 seed beat a 1 seed. And now we want to add a 20 seed.
Shout out to my brother Trail, man. Shout out to my brother Trail. He knows you very well. He's become my homie just through osmosis. Smitty, they mad because Coach JB mad. They fanboys. That's how the chat is.
History of basketball, Smitty. The history.
The chat follows whatever JB does, Trail.
We want to add four more worse seeds.
My brother Darius Conaway, man, Georgia's finest ATL. You know what I'm saying? Physical corner, come down and hit you in the mouth. Not scared to come in the box. Pause, hit the running back, hit you low, lock you down, and talk shit. I said coming up. Well, I guess coming to the box is cool. It don't be nothing on TV. We need them games. You know what I'm saying? D kind of way. I'm at the crib, man. I'm on the computer working, trying to grow this show because I'm the only person who really does that. And I want something on the TV. Yeah, I want to watch the game. It's just a cool little, like, come on, as fans, why y'all tripping? Shout out to Trail and Darius for keeping it real, man. They solid, man. Trail, Darius. I'm trying to think. D Jones, my cousin Keith Smith, they're the realest ones in the chat.
All brothers.
I see. I didn't even know that. That just kind of happened that way.
I got brothers and white boys on my side. You only got brothers. Like you pro, everything just all one side. Because you ain't like broadening your horizon. You gotta get the white boys on your side. You ain't doing this.
I don't want them on my side. The brothers you got on your side though are the ones out there hunting and shit with the white folks. Like you ain't got the hood cats on your side. You got
the ones voting for Trump and shit.
Exactly. And that's why you mad that Mahomes ain't saying this vote because you want him to say, but we'll get to that later.
You voting for Trump?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Patrick Mahomes said, I'm not letting anyone know who I'm voting for. Why not?
Because of this. Because what we talked about yesterday. Because of what we discussed yesterday, JB, on the show. This shit has gotten so fucking out of control where are you red or are you blue? Are you Republican or are you Democrat? And as soon as you say the quote-unquote wrong answer, it's a wrap.
What do you mean there's no wrong answer?
I know, but no, hear me out. I'm saying, that's why I put the quotes, wrong answer, meaning that if I'm a Democrat and you say you're Republican, now we're automatically not cool, or vice versa. Like that's how the world is right now.
I'm going to say it for you. There's no way you're voting for Biden, though. No way. Because you want the show to go get cracked. You want to get some money, so I don't
even know if I might not vote this year.
For the crowd base, I'm going to say it.
I might not vote this year.
You shouldn't. I never do.
This year, I do vote, but I might not vote this
year. If this vote, and I'm saying it right now, if this vote and it comes down to 2 votes, then Smitty and I will we'll off each other.
Mm-hmm. Pause.
That means we'll like boom. If it comes down 2 votes, and then Smitty and I did not vote, and it comes down to 2 votes, then that's when I'm gonna be like, fuck, man, it matters.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like either option we got, so I just probably won't vote.
It matters.
I don't like either option.
Us two got the fucking. We didn't vote. Us two cost us. They just put Kennedy in there, the motherfucker that can't. You got America. Let's go. Like, what the fuck did he just say?
I want some new motherfuckers in there.
Let's keep it real. We got a fucking cadaver who can't move or walk or sleepwalks. We got a motherfucker that's just a comedian, a motherfucker, a billionaire. And then we got a motherfucker. My dad, CIA killed my dad. I know it's true. Hey, goddamn it. What'd you say? And then guess what? You got a motherfucker, the audacity for everybody in America who's just so tired of, you just said, both other guys. Let's go, Kennedy. Motherfucker, you didn't hear a word the motherfucker said. China. What? Motherfucker, you voted for him just on GB.
Hey, is that how he sounds?
Shit, the motherfucker said.
I haven't heard him talk. Is that how he really sounds for real?
What? Baby, pull
Find
up
a clip.
Let's just pull up a motherfucker. These are the options that America, homie, the home of 400 million people, have. Like, this is the point I'm making real quick. You got a motherfucker. Vote for me. I'll get rid of throat cancer. Like, what? This motherfucker chain smoked his whole life, it sounds like. Since his daddy got smoked, this motherfucker just been on his head like crazy. Here's the cool part about it. You got a motherfucker that just is sitting there addressing the country. Motherfucker, this is the motherfucker, our current president right now. Israel, don't bomb Israel. Wait, Mr. President, what'd you say? Israel, don't bomb. What the fuck do we got going here? So we got that guy. We got a guy up here who wears a red tie, red hat everywhere he goes, and is fucking billionaire who's fighting for his life to not go to jail. Like, you got a guy trying not to go to fucking jail, homie, getting sued billions of dollars. Hey, this motherfucker paid $300 million to bond out. What?
Oh, yo, I forget about that.
Then we got a motherfucker, homie, that can't fucking speak.
So listen, that's what I'm saying. So we got a president, one, who can't remember shit right now. He don't know.
Hey,
what
do you
his
have
name is.
a voiceover? Do you have a talk of fucking what's his name?
Kennedy. He's working on it right now. He's working on it right now.
Okay.
So we got Kennedy who can't talk. We got
he can't talk.
We got Trump who gonna be our president. He's gonna be in jail with the hood.
And then he gonna get out. Here's the cool part. This would be the fucking cool part about it. Listen to this, Ted, the drunken clown that I am. Listen to this shit. By the way, Ted, me and you can do an IQ test right now, and I would piss on your head with just the left part of my cerebral cortex that's intact, because that's what affected by a bunch of alcohol that I drink. And even that part of my brain is smarter than your entire fucking family tree. So anyway, listen, here's the cool part about this. We got a guy that fucking is a decrepit fucking, I don't know what he call him, a fucking walking corpse. I don't know what he call that guy. Then you got a guy who's literally fending off. He's gonna get this is how cold this thing's gonna get. Trump's gonna get voted in. He'll be in jail, but by law, you can't put a ex-sitting president in jail. So what happens is the Secret Service gets to pick where he goes. So he would go home.
Yeah,
he would be in jail at home,
house arrest.
Let that sink in real quick. Then he'd be voted into president. You could still get voted in. Actually, he would pardon himself.
You motherfucker gonna have an ankle bracelet on as he gets into the presidency.
Pardon himself, homie, and be the president of the country again. We would have the biggest shit show. Then we got a guy who is literally this guy.
If I was president, what would you do about the border?
I would close it. There's a number of things I would do. One, first of all, you need physical barriers. I would reconstruct the fence. I would put up immediately these surveillance cameras and censoring equipment. And then you need to send about probably 200 or 300 asylum court judges to the border to adjudicate the cases. I would reinstate the catch and return program.
JB, like catch his breath. He ain't caught his breath in 30 years. Like what? So we can't find a motherfucking 40-year-old in this country that is just a regular human.
He got an actual condition. I think it's like spasmodic dysphonia or something like that this man got.
So that's our president.
We going to hell, JB.
So that's our new president. A guy with spasmonia. That's the guy that's going to be our president.
JB, I don't think none of these options are good, JB. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, I'm glad you're a Democrat and you see that it's fucking not the former Democratic Party, RFK. I get it. I'm glad you've said it. I respect the fact that Kennedy's son came out and said, I know who can smoke my daddy and it's our own government. Okay, cool. And I know he's come out and said the Democratic Party that I represent is not the Democratic Party that sits on the Hill. Okay, cool. I love it. But come on, homie. That's the fucking 3 best options we got. And then we got fucking Obama's man who wants to run. She got bigger dick than all of us. Oh, man, we're fucked. I'm just telling you right now.
I think we need like a 4-year span where we just kind of like rent and date presidents. Like we kind of just like, all right, every quarter of the year, we test the motherfucker out. And then, all right, see how he did. 3 months. Okay, he was all right. He kind of was weird. You know how to talk. Okay, do it again. Okay, test somebody else out. Okay, that motherfucker's a little racist. You ain't like black people. Okay.
And then, guess who was the guy that everyone likes, Smitty?
Who?
A fucking Hamas. Vivek. Everybody liked Vivek, and that motherfucker's Hamas.
You liked them too.
What?
You liked them too. Don't lie.
No, we brought it up. We said that's the best speaker of all of them, and this motherfucker's Hamas. Like, what? That's America's fucking Final Four? Anyway, back to sports. NBA playing.
Back to sport. We staying in sports.
What was that movie?
JB,
what was the show? What was the movie? The comedian.
That's Mike Epps on next Friday.
Nah. It was Gin and Juice album, Snoop Dogg's first album. Compton swap meet. It was DOC actually when he got his larynx snatched. DOC when he got in a car.
DOC, man. DOC was one of the hardest rappers, man.
DOC when he came out for the first time after his larynx was repaired, he came out with an album, homie. We broke out the CD, old school CD, boom, put it in the house. We was all chilling in my house back in the day. And that motherfucker album broke out, homie. And he came on, dog. Oh my God. We had more. Cats were dying laughing on the floor, homie. It was so sad.
That's cold-blooded. Because DOC was a cold-blooded rapper.
I know. And it was just and motherfucker was like, what? Why would you come out with an album, homie, and your voice is fucked?
Because he was 20 years old. He didn't know that was his passion, his dream. He drunk and drive, and he didn't know what to do. He's like, fuck it. He gave it one more try. But what he did,
he can't do it though.
He became a dope writer though. A lot of people he wrote for.
Yeah, he was always a dope writer.
But I'm saying he started writing for other people more though, because that's all he had, because he couldn't use his voice.
You can't come out with that album first time hearing it, and motherfuckers.
Yeah,
and we were like, what?
You know what's crazy?
You can't do it.
He got a back.
We had 20 cats at the house. We barbecued everything. CD got there. We got it from Warehouse, old school Warehouse music radio. We used to go to Warehouse, by the way. Warehouse came home. We got the disc. We were hyped. Motherfucker put the DOC in. Fucking Compton. What? We were like, what?
Y'all didn't know he got in an accident? Like, I didn't know.
No, but if you break an album, we're assuming you're ready to go.
Don't assume make ass out of you and me. At the end of the day, man, what's crazy is he got in that accident, and it was a bad accident, but he didn't hurt really nothing else.
There was no social media.
But his voice.
The DOC, what he sound like. There was nobody on the phone with him.
Right.
Come on, man.
That's a damn shame. Shout out to DOC.
Yeah, we gotta be better. We gotta be better, people. We gotta be better out there. We got to be better. We got to be better at our selections on who we're voting for, who we're picking. We got to be better out there. We can't have a fucking decrepit, old, fucking racist pedo. You can't have an old fucking racist rich white. You can't have a fucking black female with a dick. And then you can't have a cat that's his daddy got smoked by the country. And then you can't understand him. This is America. 400 million people. That's our options. That's the problem I have. I wish I could run, Smitty. I really would. I just say, fuck it. Why not? Fucking Kanye West put his name on the ballot. I'm just like, damn.
All your stuff will come out though. Like when you become a president, everything you've ever done, shit that only you know about, shit that's in the closet.
I don't care. The only thing that's in my closet is just, a bunch of AEs, bunch of weird, nothing crazy though. No weird shit. I don't got no weird like fucking. So that's the problem. See, they hide the real. I'd rather be the president and let my shit out. Let it be known. Everybody be like, damn, all JB really do is just fucking ass. He just fuck bitches in the ass. Like, there ain't no fucking, what's wrong with that? I mean, he like getting head, fuck bitches in the ass. I mean, that's what's going to come out. Okay. It's better than P. Diddy fucking guys. It's better than fucking all the weird.
That's
Epstein
the bar.
Shit. Better than all this Epstein shit. I'd rather see my real shit come out. Shit, at least it's the real shit teaching boys how to be men again. Shit.
Why are you comparing it to them? Like, why is that the standard? Why is Epstein and Diddy the standard? Why is we talking about you running for president and all your hood shit that you used to do ain't that's gonna come out when you was 18, 17?
So you say Trump's racist, motherfucker get hot.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is everybody that's running has some fucked up shit. So that's the problem. You motherfucker get offended by anyone. That's your fucking. That's why I'm an independent thinker, homeboy. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck. Whatever I say on this fucking show is gospel, motherfucker. So you can ask me all you want about whoever you want. I don't really give a fuck. Guess what? I've met Trump too. Pat Perez, real good friends with him. So is John Daly. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what I fucking want to say, motherfuckers.
JB, real quick though. This moment, full circle, goes back to what I said at the beginning of why I'm not mad of Mahomes saying what he said. Because you make not little statement. Call somebody racist is a big statement. But I'm saying if you say your opinion, if someone disagrees, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Why the hell would you fucking say that?
Can't have opinion.
Like, come on, bro.
You cannot have an opinion anymore. That's why I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it on purpose. I'm saying this shit up.
My thing is, listen, I don't know Trump personally, but the motherfucker, people say do your research. He has said some fucking questionable shit that, as a black man, I would feel
just like Biden has.
Just like exactly.
And the fact is, I always defend this. Kamala Harris and Biden have put more blacks in jail than Trump. Any close? Not even close. It's fact.
Yo,
people don't want to fucking break down the truth of it. But if whatever we say on this show, guess what? We say it on our show because it's our show.
Black people didn't like Kamala Harris.
Shit.
Black people didn't vote for her. Like when she was running as the to try to be president herself, when they were the Democratic debates and Biden and her were actually arguing and shit. People wasn't rocking with black people wasn't rocking with Kamala Harris for what you just said.
Obama's worse than all of them. FYI. See, that's the thing. But then black folks get stuck on Obama because he's black. Well, not really, but guess what? We're gonna say he's black.
Motherfuckers speak well though.
Guess what though?
That's part of leadership though. As a leader though, that's part of leadership. It's a big part of leadership. Can you motivate me? Can you inspire me? Can you speak well? Like that's part of it. Shit.
Smitty, the devil wears Prada, homie.
Yeah, but that's the case.
The devil wears Prada, homie. We don't know any of these motherfuckers. Here's the cool part. Exactly. They are all the biggest crooks in the world. Politicians and priests. I don't trust not one of them motherfuckers. No politician, no priest. I don't trust none of them. That's why I don't go to church, unfortunately. I just don't trust them. I've seen too many motherfuckers that I know be robbed by priests and crooked motherfuckers, and I just can't see it. I can't do it because I'll be the one to go back up there, and it'll be a problem. I hate to see our struggling middle-class Americans get lied to and robbed by fucking our own folks. That is the problem I have, and that happens in church, and that happens in politics on the Hill. So I'm just telling you. So, JB just talking from Nothing Podcast. You sound so ignorant right now. No, I sound ignorant to you because you are a soft bitch, and you can't handle the truth. See, that's why I mean, everybody's ignorant, Smitty. Guess what? He don't interview well. That's the thing you'll hear a lot of cats say about certain cats that don't get to, he don't interview well. No, he just didn't speak your language. See, that's the problem. I don't speak your soft pussy language. Podcast nothing. Nothing podcast. Whatever. Great name, by the way. Because it is nothing. You're a fucking nobody.
JB, let's take a quick 5 real quick because I know we gotta load the show. I gotta go take a piss, get my water in my forever cup. And when we come back, we got nothing but sports for you, man. Ain't Shaun King joining us today? What's today? Thursday?
Shaun King and Steve Kim. Yep.
Is Key not Keynan joining us today? Steve Kim, Shaun King gonna break down some film. We got sport. We got all types of stuff going on. Don't y'all go nowhere. Join Winnable right now, real quick, because JB is going to be posting some exclusive video content today. He's doing it today. So the video is going to be at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So join before then. It's a huge discount up until tomorrow. Actually, there's a price going to skyrocket back up. I've been telling y'all all week. You get in at a fixed rate if you sign up right now. Exclusive video content going on Winnable, and you're going to make your money. I'm telling you don't want to miss this.
Shout out to Leah. Shout out to Leah, the homegirl on Twitter, on X. Hey, don't worry about nothing. Listen. There used to be a time where we used to disagree and have better conversations and become better friends. Nowadays, if you disagree, it's a complete, absolute war.
Who's Leah? Who's Leah? Before we leave, who's Leah?
Don't worry about Leah.
I was asking who she is, though.
Don't worry about Leah.
Leah, shout out to you. Follow me on Twitter.
No, she don't need to follow you on Twitter. You married.
Whoa, I not like that. On some, she supports the show. Like Leah supports the show. We support our people. Shout out for you for tapping in. Hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to Winnable.
That's called hater, homie. By the way, that's the definition of a hater throwing salt. Just so you know, I just did that. Everyone needs to understand the difference between hater and, you know what I'm saying? That's like bitch shit for a man. Like, if you don't know, if you're really from the hood, like, that's a bitch shit. Oh, why? You married. You let the other broad know, but the low key, I did that on purpose. So, Leah, holler at me. I'll touch you later. I'll be back in 3 minutes. I agree with you. What? Man, so Pat's good friends with Trump. I saw a video the other day. He was out there in Jersey, and fucking Trump walked in with a red tie, and Pat's like, how fucking strong is that? And I was dying laughing, man. Pat sent me the video. I'm going to be going to Boston with Pat next week or a couple weeks here for the live deal. But you got a good relationship with him, huh?
Daddy Trump, I love him. He's been like a dad to me. You know, it's amazing how if people, you know, it's that old saying, if you don't know somebody, then shut up about them. And,
no shit.
He's one of the greatest human beings. The family's one of the greatest families I've ever met in my life. And, you know, what he's going through right now is just crazy. Our country was in such great shape when he was there for 4 years, and now look at it.
Yeah, no doubt. Fucking Biden's son's on the Air Force One today, and Trump shit got raided. I just look at it like, holy shit, are they setting a precedent to do this shit to any and everybody here in the future? Because if you can raid a former president, which has never happened ever, they fucking better find some shit or we're gonna be fucked.
They're not gonna find anything on Daddy Trump. He's one of the most honest human beings I've ever known. I mean, yeah, so he's had some bad business deals, but who doesn't? You know what? He's come out strong. He's got great golf courses where the Live's probably gonna make their home.
Yep.
Which I don't blame Daddy Trump for when they kind of kicked Doral out to Cadillac, and it wasn't Cadillac's fault. But
yeah,
I don't know. I can't understand why people are going after him so hard when he did such an amazing job for 4 years for our country.
Well, look at, you know, people depict, you know, perception's reality. I'm sure me and you can probably relate better than anybody how fucking people, you know, think how we are when they've never met us in their life. So, you know, I find it crazy how people doing jobs that, you know, have no idea on what we do as a coach or a golfer, and then being a professional golfer, the top 150 in the world or whatever it is, to get a card, and then they're going to sit there and talk about whoever, you know what I mean? Like, oh, John Daly shot at 80, but he's one of one. Like, people don't get that shit. Like, Coach Brown, you're an asshole, but you don't know me. You know what I mean? So they've never met Trump. They never met any of these people. They always want to talk about it. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean.
Well, for you, I mean, not getting paid what you probably deserve to get paid, taking care of those kids that are academically struggling from either Division I or even in Division II that, you know, and you're doing your job trying to get them academically ready. And then once they do that and they're playing great and they're healthy, they leave and you got to start over again. You've got one of the toughest jobs I've ever seen in my life. And I enjoyed watching it. Let me tell you something. I couldn't keep my eyes off of it. You're freaking awesome, dude. I love you.
So listen, you won 2 majors, 5 PJ wins and you got 20 wins total or something like that. As far as the whole professional tour, you got 20 wins, I think.
All over the world. I don't know. I don't keep up with it.
Yeah,
I don't win.
So
Let's put it this way, Coach,
man?
If you had that record, you never would be coaching.
Hey, you know what though? I equate it to baseball, man. You know, these hitters come up and these greatest hitters of all time, they bat whatever, 320, 310. But if you really look at it, it's really 0.31% because they take so many bats and they give these high rankings. And I'm just like, dog, baseball players really have a shitty hit to strikeout ratio, but 300 is actually considered good. And it's funny how perception's reality, man. How was winning that first tour, man? You come out as a youngster. I remember watching it, man, as a youngster on TV. And I was our fan right away. I was like, this guy's different. He's the fucking, the Adam Sandler of professional golf. When that movie came out, you were the guy that brought entertainment. But what was that like as a youngster winning that first thing and everyone's finding out, okay, this guy's just not a long ball guy. He can play.
It was, I tell you what, it was like a blur. You know, I didn't get a practice round, so I went right in there, got in there at 2 a.m. because I didn't know if I was going to get in the tournament. And next thing I know, I'm in the tournament and win the damn thing. And I didn't know what to expect. And the funny thing is I found out it's a 10-year exemption on the tour and then 5 years in the majors, lifetime in the PGA.
Wow.
And I go, if I'd have known that teeing up Sunday, I would have shot 95. Thank God I didn't know that.
Hey, that's funny how that shit works. That's serious shit, man. The same shit's happened to me, man. I'm like, shit, that is a psychological killer right there. So yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Let's get into brass tacks, really. The cool part is everyone in here, red, blue. It's crazy. No, you can't even be a free thinker no more. You cannot have it. It's fucking crazy. You all should end up going. Everybody that gets mad at someone else's opinion, you should all move to fucking Syria or Iran or Iraq or some fucking shithole. You should all go to some third world fucking shithole where you don't have a right at all. Go over there. You know what's crazy, Smitty? The LGBTQ community has defended a certain party between all this whole thing that's happening over there, Gaza Strip, everything that's happening in the world, and we see in these protests here on American soil. It's crazy who the LGBTQ alphabet soldiers defend. Because the people they defend or are defending, if they were to go over to their country, they would be beheaded. Like, just let that sink in, dog. They don't do the Rainbow Warriors over there. They
don't rock with that, huh?
Like, it's fucking unbelievable how ignorant we are. Like, it's fucking unbelievable. Hey, dog, you should go to Bangkok or Hong Kong or fucking one of these countries where Pat goes and plays golf. There's not a stick or a piece of bubble gum on the floor, on the ground. There's no oil marks. The ground is immaculate. He said, I could fucking sleep on the floor outside. The ground is concrete. He said, it's unbelievable. And he said, guess what? Fuck around and do something. And they fucking put you in the middle of Times Square and they will fucking cut off your wrist, hand, foot, ankle, some crazy shit live, Smitty. He said they shit was crazy. I said, why? He said, motherfucker was chewing bubblegum. I said, chewing bubblegum. Yeah, you chew bubblegum in public. What?
That's why I can't even visit certain places for like vacation purposes or to like try to visit the country because you don't know what they got going on over there. Like,
think about it though, like don't start, none won't be none. That's their law. That's their rule. Like listen. The debate can be a fucking full-fledged argument for sure. All right, is it too harsh? Is it blah blah blah? The fact of the matter is though, that's their laws and rules, and their shit is beautiful. And if you do right, guess what? You don't have no issue. But
it's a fear-based
I don't
approach.
I don't know if I totally disagree with it.
So
Here's the thing.
I don't think the results always qualifies the actual action or law and rule itself. Like it's cool that it's clean, but the fact that like you're doing it because I'm scared I might get my head cut off if I make a mistake, if I chew gum, you say it's the law. We got laws here, bro. People we're human. It's human nature to fuck up. So I fuck up, I gotta get killed. That's kind of crazy to me. But
well, you know why you think that way? Because you think that way only because this is what we've been allowed. And that's normal. That's freedom. We have a free thinking mentality. Over there, though, they don't free. That's how they're raised. So they know. Oh fuck. And then the cool part is like Brittany Griner. If you go to one of those countries, you have to understand that's their laws. Like you don't go over there with fucking hash, homie. Like that's what I don't get. So if me and you went over there, hey dog, let's make sure we find out what the fuck you can and can't do around this motherfucker. Or guess what, Smitty? We just don't go at all.
Yeah,
See, that's the choices we have. Like you don't have to come in this show. Or guess what? If you do, shut the fuck up. Listen. Watch.
I hear you. I mean, we had a former Ball State player. It was before my time. It was a basketball player who was playing overseas, and he got into a fight somewhere in like China or something like that at a bar. It wasn't something that he caused though, but it happened, and he ended up being in jail for like a minute. Whitlock played a huge role in talking to the alum and getting money, and actually got him out just before he left Fox. Can't remember the cat's name, but my point bringing it up is that stuff out here that's like little, like it wasn't like no bad fight, just like a regular, like, like motherfucking fight. This motherfucker was locked up for like a year and a half, almost 2 years, and would have been a lot longer. But if he didn't have Whitlock there, who was like looking out to get him out of there. But so I get what you're saying. If it's the rule, it's the rule. But I mean, it's just human. It's like we're not Jesus. We're not perfect. We're not like we're flawed. So you're going to make a mistake. So now out there is like, damn, I just hope the mistake doesn't lead to me getting my hand cut off or my
Here's the thing, like, and first of all,
wow,
nobody has come in and said if it's so great, why are people leaving? Is what Low Rich said in the chat. First of all, nobody said it's great. I'm just telling you what they do over there. See, you take words and manipulate them. When did I say, hey, I want to go to the Great Bangkok?
Well, you didn't say that, but you did say that you don't know if you disagree with how they do things.
The rule. Yeah, I wouldn't. Right. I wouldn't be so against proposed to a couple rules being put in over here. Not saying cut your head off for fucking chewing gum. Let's be honest. Let's not be dumb here. Let's not be dumb here, chat. What I'm saying is, I wouldn't mind a few fucking rules to instill some goddamn discipline. Have you seen what we're going through right now, Smitty?
If you was a president, what are 3 things you would change or implement off the bat? I'm putting the spotlight on you right now. Give you time to think. 3 rules, changes, things JB would implement for America to make us improve and grow and be a better, stronger country. JB, here we go. Clip it off, Bailey. Be ready. Let's get it.
3 things that I would do or implement. You said implement.
Yeah, either way. You can change something that's currently going on. You can bring something new that we've never even thought of. It could be something from your coaching world, football world that the actual country could benefit from. Whatever. You got full autonomy. Whatever you want.
So whatever I say right now could go.
Mm-hmm.
It will go.
It will.
I'm not even a religious person like that.
Okay.
But I would bring prayer back in school.
Love it.
Number 1. Number 2, because prayer in school kept us on certain beliefs.
Yep.
And it allowed for us to at least have some sort of optimistic thinking every single day, thinking there's a higher up.
Yeah.
And nowadays we don't think that way. Nowadays we think that there's some. Let me get to that. Number 2, I'd make it illegal to be a made-up human. So you could not be a made-up human, period. If you were a made-up human, you go over to Singapore and you get fucking beheaded in Times Square or whatever they do for chewing bubblegum. All right. No more. You all right? You don't. No made-up human. Because that saves me 2 things that I want, Smitty. So you got to understand what I'm thinking here.
Okay.
You know, my other one would be I don't want biological men to fucking play women in sports. I would eliminate that with one thing, though. See, I have 2 things. Get it?
I see what you're doing. Yep.
So eliminate the made-up human, which there is no reason to have it. Let's just be honest. They can't reproduce. They can't have babies themselves. So there's no reason to have them. They're not reproducing. So get rid of them. So there's no reason to have them. So then we have no problem. We know who's playing sports every day, right? That's the thing. That just eliminated a whole genre of shit. And then number 3.
Take your time. No rush.
Eliminate taxes.
Oh, you're going to get some people mad. Some people going to love what you said. Some people going to be pissed at what you said. I love it, personally.
Eliminate taxes, dog.
How do we fund highways and parks and streets?
Show
and all that
us your
shit?
hand. Show us your hand, government. Show us your hand. Let's see if the country just folds when we stop paying taxes.
There you go. JB's top 3 rules, legislations. If he were in office today, that's gonna go viral. We're gonna cut all 3, make it kind of short, make it a minute, put a little sound behind it. Boom. There you go.
By the way, has anyone ever checked the taxes of the higher ups in this country? Has anyone ever checked if they're filing? Has anyone ever checked? People in the chat, how the fuck 3 gonna work? Have you ever checked on the people that you think are paying taxes that aren't? You think so? Let me ask you something. People out there in the Midwest, you guys in the Midwest are smart enough businessmen to understand the way to manipulate certain things. Why is it when you get a piece of, not a piece? Let me say why is it when you put some sort of livestock on your property, a cow, a horse, sheep that reproduces or produces something that our land requires? Why are you tax exempt? Why do you get money back? Why is LLC corporation like myself who has a business, why do we pay taxes 1,000% of the time? We don't get no back. We're never going to get a return, just FYI. We're not going to get a return. We're going to pay. Mark Cuban just paid $288 million to the fucking IRS. Businesses are always going to pay. Period. You're not going to get a return. I don't care how many write-offs you say you have. But the billionaires, for some way of reason, know how to do that shit. They know how to manipulate that shit. And none of you in here, all you in here bitching about the taxes being eliminated if I'm the president, all don't want to hear the truth. You motherfuckers don't want to see. Go show me. I want to see Biden's tax return. They're exempt from showing them. Remember that whole thing? Mm-hmm. They don't have to show. Really? But you're all hurt that I said eliminate them for the general population. Get the fuck out of here. You know what the cold part is, Smitty?
What?
Biden's trying to get Black Americans back in right now. You know why?
Why?
My brother's in the Air Force. I heard some shit. He's trying to eliminate more and more student loans. You eliminate more student loans. Let's be honest. You eliminate student loans, you're going to get more of an inner city population to buy in. Let's just keep it real. We all have student loans. I got shitloads. I never got a COVID payment. I never got a fucking unemployment payment. I never got a fucking the whatever that fucking the COVID stimulus. I never got any of that shit. Dog, I knew a fucking broad who never worked in her life yet. She was in school still. 28 years old in school. She never filed taxes because she's never had a job and her parents are millionaires. She got a stimulus check. She got a fucking stimulus, homie, and there's no IRS social security number on record because she's never filed because she never had a job that required a W-2. So she gets a stimulus check, homie, and it's during COVID. I'm sitting there smoking a stick, drinking some yak like, what the fuck, bitch?
You make too much money, JB.
No, I didn't. Last SU just ended. I just moved back home. I'm back here. I just got my house. Shit, I was actually kind of struggling. Like, shit, bitch, you got a stimulus and your parents are millionaires and your social's not even on the books nowhere. That's when I knew, homie, that it was all right. Last name, it begins with a C, blah, 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 blah. Like, it just was whatever. Whoever was getting selected, dog. Because there's no fucking way that my motherfucking ass have been filing taxes since I was 17, really. No, I didn't get no fucking stimulus. Like, where's my fucking stimulus?
You had just sold that puppy for $50,000. They saw it in your account. They said he don't need it.
Didn't claim it.
Oh, everything. No, I feel you, man. I feel you.
Fuck claiming those taxes.
We got a special guest in here, JB. Are you ready for him?
I'm ready for my main man, Steve Kim. I got a lot of shit to get off my plate with Steve Kim.
So talk to him. Let's get straight to it then. How you doing, Steve?
Morning, fellas. What's going on?
Not too much, man. Talking politics.
You way up high. You on the pedestal today.
There you go. There you go. Great lighting, Steve. Great lighting.
Steve, you getting a little gray hair.
Well, I'm off the color. I'm just gonna try to see what it looks all natural. I'll give it a couple months.
There you go.
I didn't
Mario
know you
says you can't go back, and I'm like, so if I get away from black, I can't go back. But I want to give this look. I want to see if I can become the silver Asian tiger, crouching tiger. If I don't like it, I'll just go back to jet black Lee. So we're good.
The ladies might like that. I ain't gonna lie. That might be a look.
Have you heard Charleston White?
Yeah. I heard Charlie. Yeah, I love Charleston.
A lot of foul stuff to say about my people, and we gonna hold you accountable for that. Facts. April 30th, you're gonna be in New York City, right? You got a show at the Gramercy Theater, right? With academics, right?
What kind of Asian is that, Steve?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. That guy's not a credit to our people. He's not. He's not.
Is he? What is he though?
I think he's Chinese. Isn't that China Mac? Isn't that guy's name?
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is.
But I like Charleston White. He's a funny guy. He always calls Jordan. Yeah, they be wearing them tennis shoes.
Well, this is what Charleston had to say to China Mac.
I run this motherfucking town. And nanny boo boo. Y'all can't do nothing to stop me. Yeah, we like the Chinese. We just don't like the Chinese that want to be black. You get it? We have no problem with the slant eye, booty face, chimichansu fong yong. We ain't got no problem with chimichansu fong yong. But we got a problem with chimichansu fong yong that want to be nigga. Your dick ain't big enough to be nigga. You can't make no mulatto baby with no black woman. Nigga, you don't know now black woman in the world that'll lay down and fuck a Chinese boy with that chimichansu fong yong little dick, boy. So no, nigga, fuck you, China Mac.
See the way he's trying to uphold our community, the standards. He's telling us, stay on the honor roll. He's saying, you're not going to be a rapper. You're not going to go pro in any sports. You're going to run a dry cleaners or a liquor store and actually start a community.
Why is it a laundry?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with it.
Why is it a liquor store or a laundromat?
Yeah, that's the easiest way to get in there.
Why those are two options, right? Like,
you got to know who we are.
You can't get a restaurant or nothing. You can't get like a.
Well, I guess. I mean, whatever.
Korean wings.
Start a whatever panda.
After Rashid Rice was going 119 in an $1,800 a day lease Lamborghini, he's back out catching balls from home. No issues at all. He's cool. He's getting sued for $10 million. It's ironic that they made this in black and white. Is that saying something that they might not be able to go back in the past? He's cooked. $10 million?
$10 million? Shouldn't he be in jail or facing criminal charges? Forget the money. I mean,
Smitty and I would be in jail. Smitty and I would be trying to get out right now.
I don't necessarily have a lot of sympathy Look, when you're going to drag race on an open area and no one else would get hurt except you and the other participant, that almost does not even impact me at all. I don't care. But when you start putting other people in harm's way that have nothing to do with it, I would throw away the key. I'd just lock you up and say, good.
Here's why. And Smitty's the greatest soul I've ever met. He always he always sees the good in people. And I'm always the asshole that just says, no, fuck them, throw them away. Because of this, Steve. This happened last night. This is a kid at Oregon who hit and ran someone, a 46-year-old man. This guy hit him and ran. And then we wonder why I talk so much about these professionals that these kids look up to. Like, you just did a walk away. Now, this kid just did a fucking ninth inning home run walk-off. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, and look, depending on the severity of the injury, if you have to take away this kid's career and punish him, do it. Oregon will move on. The game will move on, and society will be safer without him. We have enough Asian drivers on the road. We don't need all speed racers up here in the National Football League.
The problem is everybody will say, well, nobody died, so he's okay. See, the problem is when they do die, like Henry Ruggs killing somebody, this is what the issue is. See, when they don't kill someone, thank God that no one else died. But guess what? You have to now learn and the consequences that precede your action. And you just ran away and walked off after hitting a person and a 4-year-old kid, by the way. And you don't even have the money, Steve. He only made less than $1 million last year as a rookie. He has to now. What is he going to do? How's he going to get $10 million?
Yeah, I play for free this year.
Well.
Hey,
Well.
I don't even know if
I don't really have a lot of sympathy with him because he's young.
Yeah.
Good. Hopefully he doesn't drive ever again. I don't understand this.
Steve, let's dive into brass tacks here. Number one, I want to address the head coach of your famed university, Mario Cristobal. He made on record $23 million last year, the greatest private school or private entity tax reported tax filing ever. $22.7 million, the largest single ever amount. That's wild. He must have had a lot of perks. He has to win, right?
No, he has to win 10 plus games. Has to be the floor this year with this team. It's a good team he has. But a lot of that figure has to do with this buyout, I believe, at Oregon. It's not like he just got $23 million from the University of Miami. I think this came with this buyout. So, his base salary is $8.5 million, which is in line with the top 15 coaches based on what they've done with his, pedigree at Oregon, where he did win the conference a couple of times. But with Cam Ward, who should be an elite quarterback at the college level, and you got to figure things out from the portal. If they don't win 10 games with this particular schedule, the seat is going to get not hot, but there's going to be some scrutiny on Mario Cristobal because this is a really good team. I like what they have. They got to keep Cam Ward healthy. But if you cannot win 10-plus games and go to the ACC title game, there's going to be some questions about him.
Yeah. Now that's my second thing. I just texted you, Bailey, if you could add that in. The second part of this is this. As a Miami fan, knowing that the rumors are out there that this McClain kid who left Colorado.
Pass.
So you don't even want nothing to do with them because Miami's probably number one on the list, right?
I hope he's number none on our list.
Ooh.
Look, this to provide background, this was a top 10 player. Everyone thought he was Sauce Gardner 2.0. But here's the issue. The way he handles his recruitment and the eventual decommitment, I thought was very disrespectful to the program and to Coach Cristobal. And then let's put that aside, my personal feelings or anyone else that didn't like what he did. He wasn't that good. I watched the video and I sent it to you, Coach, from these two guys, and one of them played defensive back. He goes by the name of T-Cal. I think it's Buffed In Prime. He did a 2.5-hour discussion and breakdown of Cormani McClain's play last year. He actually was a defensive back in college. So this guy knew what he was talking about. And Darnell, He actually looked at the all 22. Wasn't the television copy. He got the all 22 and he broke it down play by play. So it wasn't just select clips. Cormani McClain, just as a football player, needs to be completely coached up from ground zero. He's a press cornerback that does not make any physical contact or impede the progress off the line of the receiver. He always opens up his hips in a way where you can come across his face consistently. In that USC game, Caleb Williams, if he would have targeted that guy that McClain was on, would have given up about 4 touchdowns. Plain as day. He's not, I call him non-sauce Gardner. He's not that good. If you just watch that tape and he was player Joe Smith and you didn't know his pedigree, you would say that's a 3-star corner that probably should be redshirted. And then here's the other thing where I defend Deion. He didn't show up to classes. He didn't show up or was late to meetings, was not a great football guy, was probably, and to me, and I'm in an argument in these Kane's private chats on Twitter with all these people waving his pom-poms. They say, oh, we need to bring him back because we can change him. I have a question. Do we care about the culture we talk about with Cristobal or not? And why are we supposed to be the Betty Ford clinic of guys that don't want to be team players, that don't give much of an effort and aren't that good? I don't get it. Either we have a standard or we don't. We need serious people. We need 25 more Reuben Baines. We don't need one more Cormani McClain. I'll just leave it like that.
Hey,
okay. Either you care about the culture and people say, well, how's he a cancer? Darnell, you were the youngest guy here. If you were at Ball State, and let's say there were some highly recruited guys that came in that you kind of knew, like, man, they're going to get early playing time, but they're late to meetings or don't go to meetings. They don't watch tape. They're not a student of the game. They don't seem to put much effort in, but they keep getting more snaps than you. Does that really not tell you that that's not going to be a locker room issue? Really, Darnell? That's not going to be an issue at all.
Oh, it's going to be a huge issue. That's a huge issue.
Like Smitty has a guy in here that plays corner and coaches and has been around Darius, who's in the chat. Here's the thing about it. I believe Cormani or whatever the name is, these kids benefit in these so-called star rankings that 247 and all these fucking publications,
Rival Scout,
benefit from 7-on-7 because in 7-on-7, Steve, you can run fast, have a good hip turn and run. You can have some hip swivel. You can have some feet, and then you'll get put as a 5-star. But you'll never hit a person. You won't be physical because that's not what they do. They rather play video games and fucking tweet. This is the game now. 7-on-7 has changed and killed the game in this particular wideouts, DBs, quarterback.
And so here's the other thing. Cormani needs to put on at least 15 good solid pounds. He's very lean. He avoids contact most of the time. And the other thing T-Cal pointed out, and Darnell, I'll send you the video. Okay, you should watch the first 45 minutes. That's the SC game.
Got you.
He has poor recognition of zone concepts. It wasn't even the plays that he got beaten, man. There are times that he's vacating zones, and T-Cal's just saying, hey, this guy just blew a simple cover 3. If you can't understand the basic principles of the sport of football and you're a bad student, see, everyone got on Deion for going public with the criticism. Here's where I think Deion gets unfairly criticized. You love it when he's blunt, when you like what he says, but when you don't like what he says, now you think he shouldn't be saying anything. Which is it? Do we like Deion's First Amendment rights or we don't? And I give Colorado credit by them telling Cormani, you know what? Maybe you're not for us, and maybe we're not for you. Go. I actually think that's maturity as a program because guys like that can rot you from the inside out. That's the reality.
I agree. And the interesting thing too, Steve, a lot of the quote unquote red flags that you're listing about this Cormani kid, whether that's, messing up simple zone coverages, whether that's, saying he needs to add on another 15, 20 pounds. To me, it's all correlated to him just not having true effort and not caring. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's a guy who's 5-star cat, comes in, probably has had everything handed to him from a football perspective, and now he just expects to just go on the field and ball out. And it's like, no, this is college. You got to earn this. And it's just, I said it yesterday, Steve, it's crazy to me that you can have a Travis Hunter in that same locker room, a guy who was a 5-star, number 1 corner the year before you got there, and he's doing everything, right, as far as what we hear in the media. He's not here causing issues, he's playing hard, etc. How can you see that guy in your room every single day, watching film, see how he performs, and that not rub off on you, and you not want to compete with that or even learn from your teammate? As a true competitor, I had my vets, my veterans at Ball State that were better than me at the time in the D-line room, and I would watch their film, I would ask them questions, I would learn. I just don't get how you have another 5-star guy at your exact same position and you don't improve. That shows me that no matter where this kid goes, he's not unless he changes his mindset, which hopefully he does, he's not going to truly be what he could have been.
Well, Darnell, the night that it came out that he's transferring, he was on a Twitter space. And look, I don't think the fans acted great, but he's cussing out people or they're cussing him out. And I'm thinking, Cormani, get off the space. Nothing good could happen. And then his sister is making posts and his mom. I'm like, okay, who wants that circus in your program? Maybe other programs do. I'd like to think Miami's going to be grown-ups here and be some serious people and say, we're good. Right. Go with DeMarcus Van Dyke. That's the original coach you wanted to go to. And once they basically demanded that Miami elevate an on-field coach to a coaching position. That's one of the reasons why, what I'm being told, he decommitted. You know what? You're just a player. You have not made one play. You have not even set a cleat on Green Tree practice field. Show up, work hard, be quiet, and be productive. And then you might have some quote-unquote rights. Till then, you're just a guy that made a lot of good things happen on a 7-on-7 circuit. I think there's a lot of issues that are brought up here. Miami does need a cornerback or two. I think that's one of the things they need to hit in the portal. I would not bring him in. If you're going to preach culture, you don't bring guys who are the antithesis of the culture you want to have. So I hope Mario Cristobal shows some guts here and says, kid, we're good. We're good. We'll go a different direction.
Here's the thing, Smitty. I see cats in the chat like the kid needs a guy like JB and blah, blah, blah. No, they don't.
Because JB, you don't need him. You don't need him, JB.
Right, number one, but the NCAA just said yesterday, now you can go wherever you want to go. They didn't make it harder. They even made it less restricted yesterday. What? You just made it for anybody as long as they are towards what we call progress towards degree, meaning they're on pace academically, unit-wise, and GPA. They can now transfer anywhere at any time and play immediately. What is the NCAA doing? And you think that's going to allow culture to be created anywhere? This is last chance you, contrary to Shiloh Sanders' belief. This is exactly JUCO football now. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I got to get your take on this, though. Luke Skywalker, Luke from Two Live Crew.
Luke Campbell.
Huge name in Miami. He came out and said some very interesting things about Miami losing a quarterback.
Oh, Ja'Carri Brown. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the deal here? He says that it's the fault of the OC. The OC is should be directly fired. You didn't like get this kid better. This kid got worse. He should have been playing as a backup last year. What's your take on Ja'Carri Brown?
Well, Ja'Carri Brown was a guy that was not, he was part of the class that was the transition class when Mario Cristobal took over. So it really was not his handpicked quarterback, nor Shannon Dawson, our offensive coordinator. Ja'Carri Brown has a lot of physical tools, 6'4", 220, probably runs a 4.5, rocket arm. But the system that he played at in the state of Georgia, he was not a very polished guy. Didn't go to a lot of the quarterback camps. I don't think he had a personal tutor like a lot of these other kids. So he was very raw. And I've been on record as saying he brings the highest athletic upside of any quarterback I've ever seen at Miami. We've never had a guy like this. There is some Cam Newton to his game, but he needed more reps. Now, this is where I'm going to really push back on Luther. He told the coaching staff last year, him and his family, we're not going to play this year. we've made the decision to redshirt. So basically, when Miami went through that TBD malaise and injuries started to happen, they didn't even have the luxury of saying, hey, Jakari, you want to get some reps in? You want to get some playing time? Right now is available. And they had to wait till the very end once his red shirt was preserved. He allowed himself, in my view, even though he was still raw and developing, to be Wally pipped. Because, Coach, I don't know how you feel about it. If any player or coach or their family comes up to me and says, hey, we've made the decision, we're going to sit out, I would ask, who's running this program, you or I? They allowed this to happen. So I wish the kid well. I think that in certain systems with the inside read, RPO, and the read option, he can develop because his style of play is never going to be good in a scrimmage or non-contact because he's going to be physical. You have to give him the ability to run through people, break tackles, and just run around a little bit. Where he's always going to have an issue is, even though his arm is strong, he lacks touch, and he's going to miss a lot of routine throws, which was shown in that spring game. The other thing where I'll disagree with Luther is this. There's a saying that Ernie Adams said in the interview with Julian Edelman that I recommend everyone watch if you want to learn about the game of football. He said this in a documentary, The Dynasty. He said, and you know this, Coach, if you're not in that building every single day, all day, you don't know shit. And the people that I've talked to that I trust in that Miami football program or any sources, no one has ever told me Jakari made as much progress that they needed to see to think that's the quarterback of the future. There's a reason why they got Cam Ward, guys. Simple.
Yeah, it's crazy. More Colorado kids are entering the portal. Council changed the transfer rules yesterday, permits immediate eligibility for transfers who are academically eligible in good standing at previous school and meets progress towards degree requirements at new school. Decision not final until meeting ends today, but will be ratified by the D1 board on Monday. So this is happening.
Coach, is it time to have letters of intent and scholarship papers be multi-year contracts?
I think.
I mean, we've made it into pro sports. They're getting money. They're getting paid. There's a financial agreement. All right. Well, if we're going to go down that route, why not just have scholarship papers be 2 to 3 year agreements? This way, everyone's locked in. Everyone gets the money. You're protected. You have binding agreements. The rosters can be more or less set. I'd rather have that than the full-blown anarchy that's taking place.
Yeah, that's what Shaun King kind of says. He's like, that would fix some things, but we just made it less, we just opened up we just ruined. I don't know what they're doing. If this really passes today and it's just go wherever you want, whenever you want, you imagine wearing a Miami uniform and then week 4 you're in a fucking Florida State uniform.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're going to have a bunch of guys like JT Daniels. Didn't he play at 4 schools? Start off at SC, Georgia,
Rice,
West Virginia, and Rice.
That's insane.
You get somewhere else in between.
He played in all 3 time zones, Smitty.
There's no commitment, man. There's no
played in like 4 different conferences. I mean, if I want to refer, hey, JT, what conference did you enjoy? That's the first guy I would call. He would know. I don't get it.
He's well versed.
He's well versed. He's well traveled.
Yes,
he's a journeyman.
You gotta go to the grassroots of this thing, though. When you have guys like people I've coached, Malik Henry, 4 high schools in 4 years. You got guys that are out there right now that are 4 high schools in 4 years. I've seen 2 kids, 5 schools in 4 years. So like in high school, if it's there and you don't nip it in the butt in high school, then it's going to happen in college because the mindset's there. And then if the college rule is lax, then guess what? The high school mindset is now going to do it in college. And then guess what? We demand a trade in the NFL under contract, which we're seeing more and more of right now. So
this will be interesting in 10 to 15, 20 years when you have a bunch of guys that went to a bunch of schools who did not get their degree anywhere, didn't set down any alumni roots, didn't make any contacts. And if they didn't make the NFL, and they're like, oh, the system did this, I'd be like, time out, bro. You could have stayed at one school that really liked you, developed a network of friends and sources and referrals. You made your decision. You made an adult decision as you made the choice to commodify yourself. And once you did that, welcome to the real world. That's That's just the plain facts of this whole thing. It's sad. I actually feel bad for the kids that get pushed out by coaches that actually are okay with saying, this will be my last stop. I'm never playing football after my eligibility runs out. I have to get a real job, but I'm going to have a degree from a school that I like, and I've made contacts and friends. I don't like when coaches, we got to be fair about this. There's a lot of kids being pushed out too, though, to tell the whole story. There are kids that are more than fine with being backup scout players and then getting their degree. And there needs to be a way to protect those kids. Like I've suggested, have academic vouchers in a sense that if you don't want to move on from your school and you're a year or two from graduating, you get to stay at that school. You're not really a part of the team. Your eligibility is done, but you get to finish out your degree. I think there needs to be some sort of middle ground with that.
Okay, so to what I remember, to my knowledge right now, and this is what has always been, and I don't believe it has changed at all. I'm trying to look it up as we speak, but I don't believe it's changed at all. So when you sign a Division I scholarship, whether it was 96 scholarships back in the day or 85 now, if you signed a letter of intent or ROI, whatever you want to call it, you are basically part of that school if you want to be for 5 years, 10 semesters legally. The school cannot just drop your scholarship because the coach cut you off the football team. Academic side of things overpower the football side of things. I believe there's a common ground out there between player and coach that now that the kids transfer so much, the coaches are kind of conning them into believing that, hey, all right, you're out, you're cut, boom. I don't think the coach can cut the kid legally from academic side of things. So I think if the kids you're discussing, Steve, it's funny you just mentioned this. If the kids that are nobodies and they're not going to ever play big time football, they just stay there, the coach would actually lose that scholarship, because what happens is the coach tries to take their scholarship that they signed that's obligated to 5 years, 10 semesters, and they try to switch it to what we used to call like an academic scholarship, which is basically room and board, but it doesn't go against my 85 football scholarship. But if kids got smart and started to look into it and do some research, that's why I say be the CEO of your damn self. The kid would realize, like, I ain't got to give up my scholarship at all. I want the full Monty, and I'm going to do it for 5 years, 10 semesters.
Well, then, Coach, then they'd have to realize my NFL dream is over. And look, there needs to be a realization. If you get a Division I scholarship, you have made it further than 98% of the people that ever put on a pair of cleats or donned a football helmet. And the kids that have a vision that realize, hey, even if I make the NFL, by age 27, chances are I am not going to be playing football. You got to think long term here.
Yeah.
If I'm a guy that was good enough to be at a certain P5 school or any school. I have my room and board paid for, my education. I get the best classes. I get to go in the front of the line, a lot of things. I get whatever perks of being an athlete. And I just, for the last year, they say you're not going to be part of the team, but you could stick around the school and get your diploma. I'd be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm just going to get into the job market and start putting out. Because if I'm not going to make the NFL, that doesn't mean your football career is a failure. That means you just weren't part of that special 1%. You should be. I think I see so many parents. I saw a couple of parents bitching online about their sons transferring, blaming the school. This is becoming boxing now with these stage parents. Shut up. You're not helping out. And I sent you some stuff yesterday, Coach, with running back Alton McCaskill out of Colorado, where the dad's getting involved, and you're not helping your son. But this is what happens when you rely on your kids to be the breadwinners for the family. I see it a lot in boxing.
Man,
he said,
that's a good point.
He said, my son, not running back one. We got to go. If my son's not the number one guy, we got to go. He was ready last year. He's 100% this year. Unfortunately, have to find another home where there's no favoritism and he is valued. There's going to be favoritism everywhere you go. Now.
Everywhere you go is going to be favoritism.
Generally, the coaches favor the best players.
Exactly.
They do. Look, McCaskill was a guy that had a very good freshman year at Houston. Tall, upright runner, a little bit like Eddie George. Colorado, I thought, needed an inside hammer that could move the chains inside between the two tackles. I don't know how his injury status is maybe he's never the same guy. But again, I would tell that father, are you there at the practice every day, or are you watching that practice tape? I mean, the practice tape, they download it to you. Because I've known parents that used to watch a lot of practices. They didn't get involved, by the way. They just kind of wanted to see what was going on. But these things are now downloaded into a laptop. But I would ask Mr. McCaskill or the father, how many times have you been in that building? How many days a week are you there to observe everything? Deion has pressure to win too. I've never seen a coach actually say, you know what, I'm going to play the lesser player, short of legal or academic difficulties. Never.
Right.
It's interesting. Have you heard Deion talk about his daughter transferring?
No, I heard about it. What did he say? Has he said anything? Does he care?
Yeah, let's talk. Let's show it, Bailey.
Of kids having fun, I'm back to debunking myths.
Gotcha.
Shalomai enters the transfer portal.
Yeah, which was stupid.
Okay. A lot of people.
You don't enter the portal. You get a team. You kind of get a team before you enter the portal. You don't. That's what I would advise a child. And I know, well, it's illegal. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. Everybody knows somebody knows somebody.
Yeah.
You kind of want them
it's
to do.
crazy now that we're even talking. Back in the day, that would have been a violation. So, so he just said a few things, Steve, that stuck out to me. He said it was stupid for my daughter to leave my university that I'm at, that we now call Prime University, not Colorado. I want to know, how can you say that as the father and the coach, and then she leaves you? You just said it's stupid and don't leave, and I advise parents to find a team first. But your daughter just did it. I'm trying to figure out.
Well, that's do as I say, not as I do. But isn't that the daughter from the mother that is now divorced from Deion?
Yes.
See, that could be a dynamic that maybe she wants to be closer to her or where she grew up. Maybe she didn't like Colorado. Maybe she didn't like Boulder. But look,
Steve, I just said this to Smitty yesterday and Big Matt. There's an issue going on. Like the Midwest schools are going to crumble because these kids from Texas, Florida, California, they're just not going to go when it's pay for play like it is right now. And you can leave at any time. And I get to Boulder and it's 31 degrees, snowing, and I'm from Miami. Guess what? I'm out. I'm back. I'm going home again. This is a bad look for the Midwest in this crazy landscape.
Well, I mean, it is tough. They're going to have NIL collectives, which is, again, pay for play. That's very strong. But I remember about 2-3 years ago, Nebraska actually got a pretty good bushel full of Florida players. And I think every single one of them basically transferred out by a year or two. And everyone knew they would. Well, I mean, we were on the Miami message board saying, watch, there were like 7-8 guys, and we said at least 5 of them within a year will say, this ain't for me. So it is what it is. This is what they created. I think it's time to go to multi-year scholarships. If we're going to make this pro football, let's have professional binding contracts.
I love that. I love the homers. Colorado has 300 days of sun. It's not the Midwest. Well, guess what? You got 65 days of snow that we don't have. Shut up. Steve, let's dive into some boxing real quick. There's a lot going on right now, and your boy is at it tough. First of all, I got to show the latest tweet from Ryan Garcia, as he is
Mr. Garcia.
Okay, hypothetically, Steve, hear me out. John Jones versus Ryan Garcia. We're both coked out. Who wins?
Oh my God. This dude Ryan is
That's
crazy.
Lion versus a lamb. If you put that in an octagon, it would be
John would kill Ryan, literally murder Ryan in the ring.
It's a mismatch. Jesus. Woo!
That's a good push.
I didn't even see Ryan come back.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Yeah, because he got scared. And then he tried to act crazy. Ryan's a bad actor. He really is. He's a bad actor. And plus, he's not that good. I think he's very flashy. He's very fast. He's very telegenic. People are a little bit mesmerized by the speed. But from a technical fundamental level, I've said this, and I could be wrong, Devin Haney's going to outclass him in every way. And the question is, there's 2 ways this fight can go. Devin Haney by clear decision, or will Devin Haney actually stop him? I have not spoken to Darnell, a single trainer that I trust, a manager that I respect, anyone in the business, gamblers who are the real experts who is picking Ryan Garcia. Not a single one. I've canvassed a lot of opinions here about this fight.
I think, like literally, I would be beyond shocked if Ryan Garcia somehow wins this fight. I don't see a way in which he will. He doesn't seem to be taking it serious at all. I know I DM'd you on Twitter the other day. I'm like, man, this guy is just not. You say it all the time, like he's not a serious person. He's not a serious boxer. And Devin Haney is, like, regardless of what you think about Haney, he does take it serious. He does take care of his body. And in his last fight, I think that's the best I've seen Haney look in his higher weight class. And I think he's just going to dominate Ryan Garcia. And I know he's not known for his knockout power, but it's sometimes you can TKO somebody just from repeated punches, and it just adds up after a while.
Hey, look, Mayweather was not a great puncher, but he could slice you, hit you blind, hit with shots you never saw coming. And back in December, when Devin made his debut at 140, didn't have to shave off those 5 pounds, which was absolutely torture. And I know what they do to get down to weight. They do this whole system of hyperhydration, and then where you flush out your body and you're taking out 10, 12 pounds in a night. It's a new way of doing it. You have to go into like this scalding hot bath. You have to open up your pores. Then you get into a bed. You have to wick off all the sweat. There's a whole system of it. Yeah, the days of being right around weight and then cutting a pound or two the morning of, that they don't do that anymore. They really don't, because now they allow you to weigh in 30 plus hours before the fight. So it's a little bit different, and they have a whole system of doing this. I actually know the protocol because I've seen the paperwork. I've seen people do it. So you can manipulate your body where you can weigh in at 140 and you're probably coming in at about 165. There are no true weight classes anymore. But in that fight, Devin Haney looked like he had his ass and his legs underneath him fully.
Yeah.
And look, ask Regis Prograis, who I'd never really seen hurt or off his feet. Well, he got dumped right on his ass early on, and he got pieced up. And Regis is a really good, tough fighter.
Yeah.
And if Devin had a different mentality, many people believe he could have scored a late stoppage. So
is there any Hagglers, Hearns, Sugar Ray,
Terrence Crawford?
Terrence Crawford.
Now that's a serious human
nasty.
being.
And he's fighting in August, right? That's what I heard.
He's going to fight August 3rd, and I'm hearing we can drive to it. It's going to be in LA.
It's going to be in LA.
I know the venue. I'm not at liberty to say, but it's going to be a pretty special night. He's going to be fighting Israel Madrimov, one of the top junior middleweights in the world. I think it's going to be a hell of a card, and we don't have to fly to Saudi Arabia. We can drive to LA, because as they say, nobody walks in LA. Great 80s song. Also, Inoue is another serious human being that can fight in. I think Usyk is a guy that I certainly respect, but that era, Jason, of having guys across the board, and I don't even mean Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, Durant. That's the top of the top. We're talking about serious human beings like James Toney, Mike McCallum, a prime Julio Cesar Chavez, Bernard Hopkins, men of that ilk. Like De La Hoya. Yeah, De La Hoya. When he was, right. Even a young Floyd Mayweather, most of Floyd, Manny Pacquiao. But I remember when I was growing up as a kid, when I used to see a black guy out of Detroit with those gold crop trunks, with Emmanuel Stewart with this box fade, I didn't know who it was. I'd be like, that guy can fight. I'm just telling you, there was a seriousness, there was a caliber to those men. And I said, okay, that guy must be. Or anytime I saw a fighter that was co-trained by George Benton and Lou Duva, promoted by Main Events, I said, that guy must be able to fight. There's an identity to it. Nowadays, these fighters think just going online and tweeting or Xing or being on Instagram, getting into online beefs is enough. It's not. Like Jared Anderson. I like Jared, but if Jared just wants to talk about retiring by the age of 27 and I'm not cut out for this, don't. Bye. Good. Later.
It sucks because he's actually a really talented fighter, though. So it's weird. It's like, I don't know why he keeps talking like that after every fight. I don't know if he's like depressed or what. Like, I don't know.
I mean, you want to be Debbie Downer. Okay, he's
a good fighter. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
he's a very good fighter. I like Jared, but you're not drafted into this. Nobody makes you box. This is your chosen field. Okay? You're getting paid a lot of money, by the way. I mean, Smitty, he's not making minimum wage. He's making good 6 figures right now. Yeah. Every time he goes out there. But if you don't want to do this, don't torture yourself and don't burden us. Go on LinkedIn, Put out your resume. You can work a 9 to 5. We're good.
Let me ask you this real quick, man. The Mexican monster, David Benavidez, what's next for him? I think he's one of those guys who's a serious fighter, in my opinion.
He's a serious guy, too. Look, he's going to fight. It looks like Tank Davis is going to headline a card, I think July 22nd in Houston. Is going to fight Frank Martin. Ooh. And Benavidez will be the co-feature to that against Alexander Gavozic, the Nail. It'll be his debut at 175. But Benavidez is another guy I wish would fight more, but I really like David. I've known David when he was a heavy kid that was like 260 pounds at Wild Card. This is like 12 years ago. I used to think he was a fat kid trying to lose weight while his brother trained. I had no idea he was an actual fighter because he used to be about 260 pounds. Damn. People don't realize how big he used to be. So I like him. He's a guy that I'd pay money to watch. But to JB's point, across the board, do we have the hard men that we used to have in boxing that I grew up watching? No, we don't. Yeah. But I think it's reflective of society more than boxing.
That's all I was going to say too. Like I think things are just naturally easier for us now too. Like just naturally, just like little stuff that you don't even think about. Like the access we have to certain things. It just like technology does everything for us. Where I feel like, you know, back in the days, like you had to get up and if you wanted to get something done, you had to get up and do it. It wasn't like I could call Uber Eats or to come bring me food. Like even little day-to-day stuff, I think naturally has made us a little bit softer just by nature. So but yeah, I'm excited though. Hey Steve, I never asked you for anything. If there's any way though to get a credential for Crawford, let me know.
Let me see what let me call my people.
Oh man, that's a big time fight. So
Crouching Tigers may be able to get in, Steve. I don't know. Charleston White, I might have to ask. So we'll see. Charleston White can get us in. We'll see. I don't know. Steve, a lot going on today. I'm probably gonna head down San Diego State spring game, see Darian, see what Coach Lewis, a real coach, has going on there, and then I'll come down.
Ask Darian off the record what he thinks of Cormani McLean.
Oh, I've already asked him off the record.
We'll text us later. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, look, do you want a kid that likes football and is going to do everything it takes or not? These Miami fans are enamored because once he was committed and he was a 5-star. I'm just telling you, Darnell, when you watch this video I'm going to send you from TCal, you're going to be stunned by how bad he was. I'm telling you, he actually needs to learn how to play cornerback at this level. That's why I call him non-sauce. He ain't Gardner. He's not even hot sauce. He's non-sauce.
He non-sauce. He ain't got no sauce, no drip.
If he was Asian, he'd be soy sauce. He was bad.
Multi.
Hey, Steve. Greg Roman's in the motorhome of the guy we like, Jim Harbaugh, sitting out here in Huntington Beach.
Man,
I'm
Harbaugh's
shocked.
He's odd.
There's a lot of people at Huntington Beach. I know right where he's at right there. I was gonna take Smitty down there and go walk down Main Street and get him around some white folks. But I was like, But it's crazy.
They don't like me out there.
30,000 motorhomes right there. I don't think there's security or anything.
That's just Harbaugh. I saw a clip where he threw out a first pitch at a baseball game. And guys, he actually wore cleats.
He wore actual cleats to throw the baseball.
He got into it. He could throw a ball. I'm just telling you, he must have played ball as a kid because the way he threw the baseball looked natural. And I was like, man, this guy wore cleats. Man. And when he goes to a baseball game as a fan, you know, he actually brings a glove. Like he's serious about catching a foul ball.
He's the definition of like
he's odd.
Of like a dad joke. When I think about dad joke, that's the face that comes to mind. It's
endearing how odd he is, but he's an elite coach. Watch, he will turn that program around. The level of coaching that they went from Brandon B.S. Staley to Harbaugh. I told this to Mario. Now you're back in the big leagues. You got Captain Pleats. God bless him.
Belichick on McAfee yesterday, and then he was on ESPN later. He said that he definitely wants to coach and wants to break Shula's record, all-time wins, but he doesn't know if they'll let him back. What's your take? Rumors are the Cowboys or Giants are his two spots he wants to go to.
Yes, but look, me and Whitlock did a whole segment on this, a special subset on Fearless. I believe that, and unfortunately, that Belichick is looked upon as an old school guy that doesn't relate well to players. And what is he without Tom Brady? And he's just not flexible. He doesn't get along with the media. He makes it hell for the press. I don't know. Look, this guy's one of the all-time great coaches, but maybe his approach is looked upon as obsolete. Maybe he is now a VCR or a Walkman in a Netflix world, unfortunately. And look, the dynasty is, look, you had to treat Tom Brady differently. I know there's the Patriot way, but when he said in the dynasty, Darnell, and this turned me off, and I actually like Belichick a lot. They asked him, well, what'd you think of Brady's performance against the Eagles? The guy throws for over 500 yards in a Super Bowl, and this is what Belichick says. Well, our offense didn't play well enough to win. What? Bro, you just can't say Tom played a great game and I shouldn't have benched Malcolm Butler. And that right there, that issue of what happened to Malcolm Butler hangs over his head because a lot of the former Patriots to this day, they feel robbed of a Super Bowl because you benched the guy that played 98% of your snaps. I love Belichick.
Trying to prove a point.
Respect. But maybe without Tom Brady, the shine is off of that whole thing. And plus, he's 71, guys. That's a factor. He's 71 years old.
Pride is the devil.
Yeah.
Turned 72 yesterday.
Yeah, so.
That's JB's guy, though. JB sticks beside him no matter what he says or does.
Yeah. Let me ask you. Well, I'm partial to winners. I'm partial to winners, Smitty. I know you like losers.
Yeah, but Coach, if you can't give Tom Brady a little bit of grace, I'm sorry, you're becoming a little bit too intractable for my taste. And I believe that one of the reasons that him and Kraft had an issue at the end, I don't think Kraft ever wanted Tom Brady to play in another uniform, and he was forced to trade him or let him go. And I believe that was one of the main issues between Kraft and Belichick.
I think, though, there's some things that I've heard from buddies of mine that coach me in Arena League, that played in the league, that goes and does internships there in the summer under Belichick. There's also the side of, hey, Brady, you had 3 real mediocre Super Bowls that our defense won, and no one talks about it. And Belichick goes in there and says, hey, by the way, when we only allowed 10 points for the greatest show on turf, and when we only allowed 10 points in this other game, and when we beat the Rams 7-6 or whatever, what was it, 7-3?
13-3, I think.
13-3? I don't know if Brady.
Yeah, but wait a minute. But Coach, Tom Brady has never said, God, I played great in every one of my. That guy, I know people that have been at a Patriots practice. He allows himself to be coached. I actually think that's Tom Brady's greatest skill, coachability. I know a guy that was at minicamp, Quatrine Hill, played at the U. He was in a training camp. This is the first year of, I'll just leave with this story. I asked Quatrine, I said, Q, what is the difference with Belichick? Does he know more about football? Is he just the smartest? He goes, no. He goes, Belichick is smart. He goes, see, that guy knows football. But I'll tell you what the Patriot way is. He goes, we're in camp. Randy Moss had just gotten there. We're right outside Gillette Stadium. He said that Tom Brady threw a bad pass in a regular drill in the middle of April. He said that Brady got cussed out by Belichick. Belichick said, Jesus, I could get a guy from Foxborough High to throw that pass. It went on for like 30 seconds, and Randy Moss was like, oh, my God. So the horn blows for everyone to shift positions or get to their next station. So he's jogging with Randy Moss. They're walking over, and Randy Moss, after 2 years of not doing a thing in Oakland, said, y'all do that to Brady? Yeah. And the guy said, no. Brady's the first guy that gets it, and he takes it. And because he takes it, we can't say a thing. Hey. So you're not going to give grace to a guy that allows himself to be the whipping boy, to set the standard, and to be coachable. You're not just going to say once in a while, attaboy, Tom. Really? That Belichick needed to lay off of that one, Coach. No.
See, when you walk into jail, you walk straight to the baddest motherfucker on the yard and knock his ass out, and it's over. The rest of the tone is set. That's what you got to do as a coach. You got to go to the main guy and check his ass.
But to Steve's point, though, the difference between this and jail, you knock the motherfucker out in jail, and he might, and now he's your bitch. Like, he respects you. Tom Brady made a decision to, like, he didn't have to be so calm and cool collected. A lot of star players don't do that. A lot of star players will cause issues. Tom Brady, you know what? I'm gonna do it for the team.
Jimmy Johnson once said it best: I treat everybody fairly, which means differently.
Exactly.
And if you cannot just bend a little bit for Tom Brady, that that does not, after what he's done for you for all those years, 20 years of meritorious service and high-level football play. Well, Bill, you have to deal with the consequences then.
I want to see this, Steve, before I die. I want to see Bill Belichick come out of retirement, get a job for the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys get rid of Dak Prescott, and he brings in Tom Brady out of retirement and
Tom
wins.
won't play. I don't.
He don't want to play for Bill.
Why would Tom want to do that again?
Tom's not coming back. Number one. Number two, if he did come back, he's going somewhere where he can be himself. Did you see how Brady was in Tampa? We actually saw his full personality. He was like, we actually got to see who he was.
But Smitty, I heard there were reports he didn't like the fact that Arians ran a really loose ship. That's what I've actually heard some stuff about that. But again, all I'm saying is
still got a ring.
Right. All Belichick had to say was, "Hey, Tom, we're gonna, good job here." But when you're just saying stuff like, "Well,
hey, Brady will be like 48."
Right. So anyway, fellas, I'll see you next week.
Hey, Steve, appreciate you. I'll talk to you this weekend.
Peace.
Later.
TJ, I know what Tom said. I don't think he's really coming back. That was a little interview. It said if someone called him, would he answer the phone? Yeah, he'd answer the phone. I don't think Tom's really coming back. But even in the event that he does come back, he's not coming back for Belichick. They respect each other, but I don't know if they're best friends. Let me say that. I don't know if they.
I want to know if Kraft really salted up Belichick to blank in Atlanta, because if he did, I hope he goes and gets a rub and tug and gets fucking STD. I want to know why you would fucking be that disrespectful to a coach who got you 8 rings, homie.
I hired you, so as cocky as you are, I'm Kraft. I'm above you.
You hired a lot of people.
Yeah, but I hired you.
Nobody won you a title.
But my point is, as much as you want to get Belichick that type of glory, fucking Kraft's like, hey, give me that glory. I'm the one who made the decision to have the vision.
He got it automatically. What do you mean? He's the owner.
Okay, so I'm saying when you say be disrespectful,
It makes
I'm
zero
above you.
sense, Smitty, what you just said.
What you mean?
It makes absolutely zero sense what you're saying.
How's what I'm saying don't make sense? I'm saying you made a comment. You made a comment saying, how can Kraft disrespect Belichick?
He's hired a shitload of coaches before. They never won anything. What are you talking about? He's the owner. He's going to get credit. And guess what? He's also going to get credit for losing all those years. He hired Belichick. Guess what he got? 8 rings. So you're going to throw that guy under the bus that got you 8 rings when you had 0 rings before?
Got 6 rings. And Kraft credits that a lot of that to Brady, obviously. And that's why they beefing right now. I'm saying with Kraft, I didn't say it was a fact. I'm just saying
he doesn't know nothing about coaching. He's a fucking businessman. He don't know about coaching. He doesn't understand that it takes defense to win rings. And guess what? Belichick did. He won him 3 rings on defense. God damn. Listen, I like Brady. He's a winner. He's won all the most rings. I get it. But listen, let's be honest. Takes 2 to tango. They didn't absolutely just go up there and score 40 on the Rams. They didn't score 40 and just fucking blow out everybody. They actually had to have defense win them games. No one wants to talk about that shit.
Well, I'm not gonna say defense just won them games, but it's a team effort. And Belichick deserves credit for having those top 10, top 5 defenses for sure. I'm not gonna ever take away credit, but I do remember vividly watching like every single fucking big time Super Bowl, big time AFC Championship, big time game. And when the Patriots needed a moment, when they needed a play, when they needed a 2-minute drive to actually win the game and get in position to kick a field goal or to score that touchdown, Tom Brady was the guy that did that. Regardless of what the defense did, defense might have shut out the team to only 10 points, but it came down to the wire. And it was 2 minutes left. It wasn't no Belichick on the field. It was fucking Tom Brady on the field, and he was going to bring it home. And trust me, I know that because as a Colts fan, I had to deal with it too many times. So they both deserve credit for sure.
How much credit do you give to Vinatieri? Because without 3 kicks, Brady has 3 less rings. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, but how do you get in position to make those kicks? You're a quarterback. You're a quarterback. You're a quarterback. How do you get in position to make those kicks?
Because defense put him in a position.
It's called 2-minute drives, JB. You know that.
That is why I don't agree. That's why I don't get what you're saying. I am a quarterback. That's why I'm telling you the truth.
And we work on 2-minute offense and shit like that to get down the field.
They be a hater. He talking about defense. No, I played the position, dog. I coached it. Right now. Guess what? I understand the game. I think I know that defense allows the quarterback and the kicking game to win the games. I think I realize that, Mr. Analytical human out there in NFL land nowadays. I know you live in the analytical world, but the truth of it is, guess what? I got to stop you, Smitty, on third down. I got to stop you in the low red zone. And guess what that does? Gives my offense more possessions. But I don't know anything, and everybody out there knows more than me.
I understand what you're saying, JB.
Let's dive into something. Shaun King's going to join us in 5 minutes. Smitty, and I got to take a piss because I didn't take a piss before because you did, because you fucking, you get.
Because I'm smart and I take advantage of the commercial breaks.
Everything you do, I don't. I want to dive into a few things. Dak Prescott's accuser dropped a $100 million lawsuit yesterday. Ironically, the day after Trevor Bauer, the Dodger pitcher, accuser, got cracked and got caught on texts and DMs and emails lying. This broad, it's a sister. You know that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know Trevor Bauer had a sister. But anyway, she claimed that she was preggo. Wasn't pregnant. She claimed that she got, then later claimed, SA. And then claimed the R word. And then claimed all this other shit. And I'm like, what? And then I found out she's Nigerian. And I'm like, oh, shit, that's the number one Ponzi scheme country in the world. They tried to scheme me a couple times.
They got me one time on some furniture shit. They got me one time. I was pissed.
Yeah, they got some fucking whole crazy. Everything's a Ponzi scheme. Mother got a chiropractic Ponzi scheme. I'm like, how the fuck is that? I'm peak interest me. Mother got how you get a chiropractor to do a Ponzi scheme? I want to know that. What? How many backs you crack, and then I crack your back, you crack someone else's, and it's a scheme. Hey, I gotta take a piss. We'll be back with Shaun King after this. We're gonna talk some. Break down some quarterbacks, break down some film. Smitty needs a breather. He's just getting smoked all day, all week long, really. I've dominated the show from every possible angle. Can't wait to get in person.
I can't wait to get in person because that's why I'm going to really fry you.
Hey,
I can't wait.
I got some of our people helping us out, investors, emailing me right now, texting me right now. Like, I want to come check out the space. I got a lot of stuff to make that backdrop tight. What do you need? You need leather couches. You need chairs. You need jerseys. You need balls. What do you need? I'm like, yeah, I want to get how about a sled? Get a sled so when we could actually demo on a sled, just have it in the set too. Maybe a little 3-man sled, a little 2-man.
But you don't even know how to handle that stuff. Let me handle that area. You handle this shit. Little soft shit as a quarterback do. Playing red.
Why look like you jacking off an elephant?
That's how quarterbacks. That's how y'all be doing. That be on air.
Why would you shake it? Like
that's how y'all be.
Shake weight.
Peyton Manning would be on edge about to throw the ball. He'd be shaking and shit. That's how you quarterbacks be.
Hold on. Here's the thing. Anything you need to set up the space, furnishings, memorabilia, etc., got to make that set badass. I said, I don't really need shit from you, but if you want to fucking give me this shit, go ahead. Exactly what I said. I said, you got any fucking leather, any helmets, any fucking jersey frames, football or headgear, any fucking prompts you got? Damn, JB, just calm down. Yes, sir. I'll try to get you something in that space once I check it out. You don't need to check it out, I said. Just give me the shit. So, anyway.
Hey, Shaun is here, so let's do a 3-minute break. Hurry up, Shaun. Give us 3 minutes. We'll come right back. JB got a piss, and he can't hold it because he's too old. So give us 3 minutes. We'll be right back. We're going to break down everything.
Coach Yo, the head women's basketball coach of the Ole Miss Rebels. Clap it up. What up, Coach?
Nice to meet you, Coach.
It's getting ready to be a shift. If you're not okay with these players having some power, you got to get out the game. Straight up, or you're going to get ran out. I'm very particular on the type of kid I go after. Like, if they come in the door, I need this. I'd be like, all right, see ya. I'm still old school in the fact, like, I want the players that got a chip on their shoulder. I want the players that someone said they couldn't do it, and they ready to show the world they could do it. You know, I want the players that that want to be coached hard because they're still out there. There's a narrative. And yes, the game has changed. And, some people say they're soft. And that's true. Like, we came up different. Like, let's just keep it a stat. But there are some kids out there that still want to get it out the mud, still want to work, still want to grind. And that is where these coaches are messing up because they're really not evaluators for real. Come on now, JB. You was getting kids from.
People don't know, Coach. There was like, okay, I get 30 D1 transfers a year to come back to me, which used to be the portal, right? JUCO was the portal before what is created. Now JUCO is going to probably implode, unfortunately.
I want to speak for the coaches. We are not complaining that people are getting paid. The issue is this. When I came to Ole Miss, I was the lowest paid head coach in the SEC. I ain't had no problem with that.
Yep. Grind.
Done anything. As I started to win, I started saying, hold up now. Such making it.
Wait a minute.
But I earned it.
Yep.
The problem college coaches have with these cats is you ain't earned it and you talking about NIL?
Thank you, Smitty. That's what I'm trying to tell this youngster every day.
Now, if you earned it and you are All-American and you see, because here's my philosophy. Everybody knows it's public knowledge. I'm $1 million coach, right? So I ain't get that on my own. My players did that.
Right.
Yeah.
So like all my players got NIL deals. Shout out to the Grove Collective because we all got to get paid up in this.
Right.
Because the days of this ain't slavery, this ain't.
And there's money.
It's money. So they all getting the NIL deals. They all being taken care of. And that's how it should be.
We are back in the building. Our main man, Shaun King, is here. This is now the Coach AB show with Shaun King. Smitty has now been fired. What up, Shaun?
What's up, man? Hey, she was spitting facts, man.
Oh yeah, Coach Joe's a real one. She cool people. She the head coach at Ole Miss. She been out here about 3 times. She a good friend of mine. She good. She third in the SEC this year.
Yeah. Hey, sorry I was late today. I know a lot of people be expecting me to be on Thursday. I had to get a doctor's appointment for them to tell me I'm fat and old, which I already knew before I came. So
I need a lot of them then. I need a bunch of doctor appointments. Hey, what's your take on this whole I don't know if you heard about it. Shiloh Sanders made a comment saying, I don't want no players this ain't last chance you. So like we know what he's talking about with me, but like college football, I made a statement, we made a video. College football, in my opinion, is last chance you now. Like it's JUCO. Like it's a 2-year fix, 18 months really. Rotation of players. You're in the portal. You're getting transfers from other schools. This is all JUCO. I don't think they realize. And then they look at the history of JUCO. Like you do know Cam Newton and Aaron Rodgers and a lot of great players went to JUCO, right? Like the ignorance is just sets me off with some of these cats. But what's your take with that Shiloh and Shedeur Sanders take?
I just think, first of all, shout out to JB and the job you're doing. You and Smitty doing a big job. Y'all getting talked about up in Boulder. That's big time. Here's the irony in him making that comment. They are basically mimicking what you guys did with the Last Chance U, which is giving access, which is having cameras around, which is creating narratives that people are actually there with you, like they're participating in this journey. Like you guys are one of the first that I ever saw do that, and even if their presentation is slightly different from a messaging standpoint, at the baseline, it's still the same damn thing. Because no other big-time program is giving access like that at that level.
They don't want to know. They don't want you to know what they're doing. Like he's also on Prime, Amazon. He got a Prime show out there, like Prime. It makes sense, right? Like they have and I don't care. And Shaun, this is my thing. Shout out to y'all. Go ahead and wear it on your chest, but just know wearing it on your chest attracts, honey attracts bees. And I'm just trying to like go ahead, but you better wear it. I owned it, Shaun. Like you filmed me, I accepted it. I had to own it. Like there was no reneging. This ain't spades. I can't renege on my hand. I can't like this is what it is. Own it. I just don't get the fact that they don't own it and they're still playing a victim. And I'm like, oh, why? Own it.
And to your point, and here's my hope for them because I like what they're doing. I like transparency. I like the fact that they're showing you what they are, who they are. But for this to ever be duplicated again, especially by a black head coach at a Power 5 school, at some point they got to win some damn games. Like they've mastered everything but the on the field results. And so that's why I'm hoping that part comes along this year because they're pretty good at everything else. I mean, you got to admit, they got a healthy program. It looks like the guys have fun. A little too much turnover for me, but I also that's how the environment is in college football right now. But at the end of the day, for this to ever have an opportunity to happen again, I mean, you think Deion's whole family getting paid damn near, all his friends, like this is a hell of a hookup now.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it, though. That's what I'm saying. But you're right. All they gotta do is they gotta win. That's the main.
Yeah, they gotta win games.
And this is year 2. I'm someone who said I believe they're gonna win about 8 games this year. That's my belief when I look at their schedule. I think they have a very favorable schedule, and I think just year 2 of you coaching somewhere, I think allows you to, be able to kind of implement whatever your culture or whatever that thing is a little bit more. Deion should be more comfortable. So we'll see. Now they go out there and win 4 games again. It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a huge problem.
Here's the thing. Like Coach Hurley at UConn 3 years ago said he was actually the first one to say it. He was like, "Hey, you better get us now because we're coming and we're going to do this thing." Yep. Well, they've won back-to-back national championships at UConn, solidifying his remarks.
Yep.
Last year, he said, "You better get us now." Deion did after the Oregon shellacking.
Yep.
And I haven't seen a big improvement in the offseason. I've seen just a bunch of turnover, a bunch of new bodies and old bodies. It's just like this is JUCO. And there's no program being built, to Shaun King's point on this show in the past, where it's built lateral, not vertical. And that's the issue I see. These other schools that Smitty says is going to be not a walk in the park, but a lot easier than last year's schedule. I don't know if I'm agreeing with that, Shaun, because the teams that were bad last year in that conference, let's say Baylor, TCU, these other schools, they've been building, though, without the cameras on them. They've been building vertically because they recruit high school. They recruit and build a program. I don't believe you're seeing that here, and I don't know if he can expect Baylor and TCU and these other schools to just be garbage year in and year out. That's not the truth.
I don't think they're going to be garbage. I think Colorado's going to be good. Like I don't think everybody got to be trash for Colorado to win. Like it ain't like they got to.
I'm just saying, I don't see the depth up front. I don't see the culture being created there because in my opinion, Smitty, I'm just be real. If there was a real culture there that's really conducive for young men's success, you wouldn't have this turnover. Cats would be wanting to go there.
That's the era that's what we in now, JB. Like, again, we're paying attention to Colorado because they give us so much content. But if we want to really dive into it, a lot of these schools are losing players into the transfer portal and picking up players. That's just what it is across the landscape of college football, college sports, period. We're just talking about it more because of, again, they put that shit out there. But I think it's just we got to get used to it. This is what it's going to be. Deion he's just someone who's straightforward and transparent about it. And listen, we won't know how good they're going to be until August gets here.
And to JB, and to your point, Smitty, I'll say this: not having Oklahoma and Texas in that conference is really important because now it's really a lot of like-minded programs. I mean, what's the difference between Colorado and Kansas State and TCU and Baylor? Like, they're on the same playing field, and the depth in that conference will be more because you got UCF and Cincy and Houston. All those programs now are in their second year of being in the Power 5, so they're going to be better.
In their third
year, yeah. So there's no excuses this year for Colorado. Like, they had a lot last year. Hell, the Pac-12 NFL quarterbacks across the board on almost every opponent. But this year, I think there will be a lot of games where the talent is on the same playing field. We're going to find out in a game where the kind of college game is offensive philosophy wise is taking over. It was interesting that he went out and hired an old school NFL OC. I'm very interested to see how that works. You know, in a league like that where guys are going to be open, spread offense, putting up a bunch of points. I'm anxious to see what they look like offensively. Because nobody's talking about, what's his name, Pat Shermer, I think, is the OC there in Colorado.
Yes.
You know, he's an old school NFL guy. You know, he's not one of these young new age, bunch of RPO, up tempo, you know, type guys. So I'm interested in what they're going to look like offensively.
Yeah.
Listen, here's the thing. Smitty talks about being the filmed and all that stuff. Here's the facts of the matter. Louisville had 27 transfers in, their second most. They had 20 transfers out. Colorado has 79 transfers out, 55 transfer in. It's not just being on film, Smitty. This is the truth. We're covering them because they have the most turnover. It's fact. It's data. They had the most turnover 2 years in a row under Dion. Fine. You want to do this? Look, Smitty, come on. The first addressing of the team was what? Get the hell out. Louis coming in. I'm bringing my own bag.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What did you expect? There's no culture. I don't care if you film it every day or not. I know they have no depth up front, and I know that they have an issue with rotational players. It's not a secret.
Let me ask you this. Are you expecting them to be worse? Are you expecting them to be worse this year than they were last year? You can't be. You can't be. I know you're not. So you can say that the depth up front, all that. They won 4 games last year. Year one, harder packs for everything we just listed. So am I crazy for saying I think they could get 7 to 8? I'm crazy for saying that.
Crazy, but here's the facts, though. We're talking facts.
Yeah, let's talk facts.
You are expecting them to be better because they only won 4 games last year in a strong ass power at Pac-12 conference.
Plus, they got some better players. They got more. They got some O-line help up front. It's year 2 of the being there. All those other factors that matter as well.
I don't think you realize how this coaching thing works up front. You don't just get one transfer and one signing on high school and think you're good up front. It doesn't work that way. Because
I play line. I play D-line. I understand it's a unit. Like, y'all ain't got to tell me that. Like, I do this shit.
You know what I'd be fascinated to know? I would be fascinated to know what Dion thinks of their actual player evaluation. Because I get when you go somewhere like Colorado and you walk in that room and you've already looked at the tape and you're like, a bunch of these kids can't play. My thing is the majority of kids that they brought in initially, now the majority of those kids are gone too. So were those bad evaluations? I mean, did the kids not like it there? Like, I would love to hear his honest opinion on how he thinks their evaluation process was when he got there and how it is now. Because I don't have a problem bringing in transfers, but when you got to get rid of the ones you brought in, like there's a deficiency somewhere in the process.
Right. Good point.
There's a major one. I hope he does well, man. I hope he knocks out the park.
Jimmy always say this every show.
I mean, I do. I don't wish for anything.
No, I know, but it's funny because like
here's the thing, Smitty.
I know you don't see it. Like you hope that, but you don't see it at all.
Because I understand the real inner workings of this thing, and I think Shaun does too. Listen, we can hope and wish one man and the other one see what fills up first. But listen, you're only talking about what you hope will happen because of their first year being so mediocre. 4 wins.
That's all any of us can do because we don't know anything.
You're only saying you can only go up. I'm saying no, you don't. You actually can go down. I've seen it. So there is other things that go into play here, and I'm just trying to figure out how do you see them being better? Another year there? Is that why?
I mean, to me, the level of competition is significantly lower this upcoming season. So from that standpoint alone, I would think that they can have more success in the win-loss column. But it's not going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah, of course not.
But at least they don't have to go up against Caleb Williams and Michael Penix and Cameron Ward and Bo Nix. You know, that was hell last year in the Pac-12, just from a quarterback standpoint.
In year 1. So, yes, I do believe in college especially having another year is important for the development of the players, development of Dion as a coach, the development of Shador playing at quarterback at this level. Because you remember last year was his first year out of from HBCU, so this is a different level of football. So I look at myself as a player, and I remember my journey in college. Year 1 to year 2, I was a totally different player. Year 2 to year 3, I was a totally different player. And again, I know you said it was different, Smitty. They developed you. I'm just saying, you get better at college. These are young men trying to become men.
Smitty, let me ask you this, Smitty. What does success look like for Colorado in 24?
To me, it's getting to a bowl eligible for sure. Like no question, you got to at least get 6. No question, bowl eligible. For me, it's an 8-4 season would be a success to me. An 8-4 season. I'm not expecting them to go win a natty. I think that's unrealistic. That's not. They don't have the talent to do that. But if Dion can turn this thing around in year 2, now they're 7-5, 8-4, but go to a bowl game, win a bowl game, that's a success to me.
Smitty, I got to ask you. You're talking about old school development of players. That means the players that you're talking about is you in particular and people that you played with. They stayed at that school and got better.
I hear you.
We're talking about it. You're talking about him learning the ropes after HBCU, going to Colorado year 1. We know he just happened to have 1 year there. They've had 55 different players since he's been there, and we're talking about developing and culture. How do you what players is he getting better? You just mentioned players that he's getting better. What players? He's got new players every month. Like this is, I don't see it.
He still got Jimmy Horn. I think he was a receiver. Dylan Edwards was their running back who was solid last year. Shador. So I get he had a lot of trouble, but it's not like the team is 100% new. It's not like the starting lineup on offense defense is 100% new. Like they still got Travis Hunter. They still got a lot of their key guys. Shiloh. They still have a lot of the same guys who are going to be key pieces on offense and defense who are still there. So those pieces is who I'm referring to. They will be better.
So in my opinion, Big 12 championship is the expectation for me. And here's why. They're never going to be more talented than they are right now. I doubt if Colorado will have another projected top 10 pick at quarterback, which they have now, a potential number 1 pick, which they have now in Travis Hunter. And I mean, Shiloh's not the athlete his dad was, but he's a hell of a good football player that anchors that defense. He brings physicality, he makes some plays. All 3 of those guys will be gone next year. So to me, this is their best shot. And if they don't win it this year, I don't know that you can honestly say that they're going to outdevelop a program ahead of the TCUs and Baylors of the world who've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, I agree to that take. Let's transition to some guys now in college that are coming back to college in the quarterback spot. Who do you like right now in the college football thick of things? Do you like where would you put the Dylan Gabriel kid?
I love Dylan Gabriel. I think that's a hell of a pickup for Oregon, and it's why I'm really high on Oregon because they lost some things, but they got a lot coming back. Dylan Gabriel is a baller. I mean, he's a super athlete. He's left-handed, but he throws a great deep ball. The fascinating one for me is Cam Ward down in Miami. Because on his best day, Cam Ward is a first-round draft pick. But then you watch him in another game, and he's inconsistent and inaccurate with the ball. So it'll be interesting. If he can put it all together with those athletes that they've recruited down there, that's the one I want to see. How does that work out?
Steve Kim's down there for spring ball. He's down there a lot. He said the same thing. He said he looks like a NFL first rounder some days, and then some days he looks like he did in his worst days at Wazoo. You know what I mean? Or wherever. So I'm interested to see that one too. Oklahoma losing Gabriel and gaining. I know they got my boy's Booty's son down there, and then they got some other guys. Who's gonna win that job?
Well, the kid that played in the bowl game, the kid that was hyped up, well, I don't know if he had an off night, but he was hot garbage in that particular time. That's the only time I've seen him play. So hopefully he progresses and develops. I'm sure Sooner Nation is excited because they're going into a whole different pond, being a part of this SEC. People try and act like because the SEC doesn't win every bowl game that they're not the best conference. But wait till you get into that rat race, and you got to go to Arkansas one week and Mississippi State the next, and them cowbells is ringing. And that wear and tear of going against NFL caliber bodies on the interior lines every week. You know, that's where I think Oklahoma and Texas are going to be shocked, the impact that has. Because, I mean, every SEC team has NFL caliber O linemen and D linemen.
Yeah.
Like all of them. Vandy might be the only one that doesn't regularly have a O-line, D lineman in the draft. And so you don't get that in the Big 12. Just that banging in those kind of bodies. I'm interested to see how Oklahoma and Texas hold up.
Yeah, I'm curious to see this Jackson Arnold kid at Oklahoma because I don't know if moving into the SEC is a great first year move for a quarterback that struggled as a youngster. Now he's got to face that fire. So I don't know. We'll see.
You know, I haven't watched a lot of them, JB, but now the bowl game is kind of. I'm remembering it now. He processed it real slow. You could tell he's got arm talent, but from the time he got the snap to the time the ball had to let go, like you could tell he wasn't seeing things clearly.
Right.
So will that get better with experience? I guess that's what we'll find out.
Right now, Shaun, before we get out of here, and I know you're getting out of here, but right now, if next 25 you're drafting a Q, is Quinn Ewers number one unequivocally?
No.
Oh, yes.
And here's why. The Quinn Ewers that showed up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, doesn't show up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he plays like that kid that, you know, broke Alabama hard, was it week 3 or 4 last year? He got a shot. But when you watch Texas, he doesn't play like that often. He really doesn't.
What about Nico, my main man out in Tennessee? He had a great bowl game, kind of had his coming out party. Do you see him up for the Heisman?
I want to see what kind of statistics he puts up throwing the ball. I mean, a lot of his success seems to be from his athleticism, being able to run and you know, provide, you know, different kind of success with his legs. You know, is he a Cam Newton type? We haven't seen that Art Brow's offense really cater to, you know, a quarterback like Auburn catered to Cam. Like even when RG3 was there, they threw the ball all over the field. So can Nico do that? That's probably the thing I'm most, you know, interested in finding out. And if he can't, are they willing to adjust some of it and make it more of a QB run-centric offense?
Next week, Shaun, we're going to break down. It's Thursday. Next Thursday will be before the draft, obviously. We'll do the show before the draft. We'll have a little draft show since we'll be the first show online. I got to ask you, though, right now, just on a week before, you know, obviously we probably think Caleb's 1 to the Bears. Number 2, 3, 4. Well, 4 is Arizona, but 2, 3, quarterback for sure, right? New England and Washington. Is Jaden Daniels and J.J. McCarthy going to be in that mix? I think we lost.
We lost him. I guess you got to wait till.
I think there's a separation after Caleb and Jayden. So if I was New England, I'd be looking to trade out of 3. I really would, because you know Minnesota and Denver are going to be dying to get up to 3. I would be looking to trade down, acquire an extra first-round pick, and then pray that Michael Penix is there wherever I trade down to, and kind of get the best of both worlds.
Interesting. That's smart, though. What are the Raiders going to do? Are they going to draft a QB and try to move up? I've heard Davis has given an AP the go-ahead. Can they move up high enough, though, to get something? And is 13 high enough to get a QB? I don't know.
So it's a couple different ways to look at it. I mean, you give up 5 first-round picks to get a Patrick Mahomes, right? Or Joe Burrow or Josh Allen. Like, no amount of collateral will be too much.
Right.
So and here's the pickle they're in. Because they're at 13, they're probably going to have to give up 25 and 26 first-round picks to get up to high enough to draft Jaden. But AP knows Jaden in and out. Think about as a head coach, JB Smitty, how comfortable you'd be if you knew everything about this kid and you loved everything about him and you could go and get him. You don't give a damn what y'all got to give up. As long as they name Max Crosby or Devontae Adams, hey, give it to him.
Right. That's true, man.
And that's kind of where AP is with Jaden.
Yeah, recruited him out of high school, took him to Arizona State. I mean, the relationship is there. And knows the parents' ins and outs. He knows everything about it. There's no hidden thing that you're going to draft there. So that's the only guy I can see them doing that with, though. Because
the problem is, JB, I know you actually like O'Connell though too, who they already have there. So it's like,
I do, but Shaun said it best. Like in this business, That's why the Bears did what they did, because that puts the GM at risk of getting fired if you don't win. AP now has to say, oh, well, we didn't draft a QB to appease the fan base. We didn't bring in a seat seller.
Yeah.
I don't know if AP can do it in his first real year.
Yeah. And the difference between a Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew and what we think a Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams can be is we've seen Aiden, if everything's right around him, you're playing great defense, you got an effective run game, he can help you win games. Same thing with Gardner Minshew. Those talents that you're going to select at the top of the draft, they make you right when everything is imperfect. Woo. When the run game ain't working, they make enough plays. You know, when you don't have talented receivers, they make the group you have elite. Like, so that's what you're looking at when you're trying to get up and get a Jaden or a Caleb, because you're looking at that talent and you're like, damn. I mean, O'Connell's cool, Minshew's cool, but they ain't that.
Yeah, and I don't know. Can you see a situation where Penix falls hard?
So I know Penix like AP knows Jaden. I've known Penix since he was a freshman in high school. I recruited the hell out of that kid. He's probably the best athlete of all these quarterbacks. He just does not, for some reason, show it when it comes to running during the games. Man, I watched that kid play basketball for 2 years. He could have went to college on a basketball scholarship. I'm talking about can shoot, dunk on the break, drop step, alley-oop, all of that. You saw in his pro day, he kind of showed it a little bit. I think he ran 4.4.
He was moving.
For whatever reason, he's such a good pocket quarterback, and he throws the ball in rhythm and on time at every level. He doesn't really have to use it in the game, but if AP's listening, man, I'd sit tight at 13. And listen, if Penix falls, I draft him. If he doesn't and he's gone, I'd take one of those offensive tackles and I pair him with what they have, and I just get me a bookend on that O-line. It's going to help the run game. It's going to help the pass protection. That'll make Minshew and O'Connell better. Like, I wouldn't panic in these drafts. I think this is such a deep draft at tackle and wide receiver. I'm not panicking chasing a quarterback. I'm just not. I mean, draft capital is extremely important because of the cost attached to the quality.
Right.
So when you're talking about a first-round pick, you're getting what you think is a Pro Bowl caliber talent at a super discounted rate for 4 years.
Yeah. Let me ask you this before you leave. Joe Milton kid at Tennessee that ripped it and had another freakish, display of talent, and we know what he is, 6'5", 240. Rumor is that he's accepting the role of playing tight end in the NFL. What do you say to that? Because I would never shatter a kid's dreams if you're that freakish. Like, hey, look, man, we got AR5s floating around. We got a lot of quarterbacks in this league that have gotten drafted and played it. And what still doesn't sit well with me, Shaun, is that Charlie Ward never took the shot. And listen, I talked to Charlie a lot. I'm good friends with Charlie. He made a great decision, played in the NBA, whatever, 15 years. Right. He had a hell of a career. But I would love to have seen him in the NFL because at that time, there wasn't a lot of Charlie Wards running around. And even though he wasn't the 4-3 guy and he wasn't going to do a lot of things, people think that, no, he was actually a pocket guy too that was really efficient and accurate his Heisman winning year. But I would have loved to see that guy. I don't know if I could deter a kid and say, go to tight end. But if it's going to get you paid and at the end of the day, you can't, whatever they're saying about you, you can't do, tight end?
Well, JB, at the end of the day, this is bag talk. What do I have to do to get to the bag? Like, Charlie was like, I want to play football, but if y'all not going to invest a first-round pick in me, I'm going to go play basketball. And it worked out. I got that big deal from the Knicks. So the NFL was telling Charlie that we don't value your skill set. And so Charlie said, okay, I'm going to get the bag. Logan Thomas was a quarterback at Virginia Tech. He transitioned to tight end, I think, in Arizona initially. Now he's in Washington. He's been in the league a decade. So my advice to Joe Milton, whatever the hell they want you to be it, and get to the bag. Period. And the fact that he's moving to tight end, I go into I can throw all the Hail Marys.
Yeah.
Like it's different ways to make yourself valuable so that you can just, every year, man, I think the rookie minimum is like 700 or something now. I mean, so think about that.
180? Remember it used to be 180?
Right. Like it was 175 when I got drafted. Good God, I was born too early. So, I mean, whatever it takes to be on that roster and get that check coming, you better do it, JoJo.
Yeah, Logan Thomas, man, I was recruiting that cat. He was a big old freak. I was like, damn, I was hurt. I mean, he made it win JUCO, and I was like, man, I might be able to get Logan Thomas. And motherfucker ended up making it, and I was like, God damn, he was a big old pretty motherfucker. He was like 6'6", 6'2".
He Joe Milton. They the same guy.
Identical.
Hey, Shaun, appreciate it. What next week? Let's do the draft party, and then I'll holler at you after the show later on. But we'll do the draft party or the draft show next week and try to break down these QBs as we think they'll get drafted later in that day.
All right, sorry about my moving around. This is like a day in the life with me today, guys. But I didn't want to leave you hanging.
Hey,
you're good. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right.
Been a good show, y'all, man. It's been a hell of a show, man. It's been a hell of a show. It's been a hell of a show. It's been a hell of a show. You know what I mean? Huh?
Why are you so quiet?
I'm just saying it's been a hell of a show. I'm just kind of reminiscing on the show.
Why are you happy? Why are you so happy about it?
Argue. It was a good show, man. It was a successful show on a Thursday. You know what I mean? Me and you argued a little bit, agreed on some things, had some fun conversation. You yelled.
What do you project the in-person show is going to be like when we get live?
It's going to be so much high energy. It's going to be like, I can see me and you like me grabbing you a couple times just because we get in the moment. I think it's going to be just some fun, unique segments we have, whether it's, bartenders and pointers, live drinks, or if there is a sled in there and seeing me get up and actually see if I can still hit the sled the right way. Just a different energy. And you guys saw a piece of that, a little taste of that a couple of weeks ago once I came to the to JB's crib, man. So I'm just excited for it, man. It's gonna be different. And I can get my points across clearly without us having the thing about the virtual stuff, we can't talk over each other. Like if I'm talking and JB starts talking, you guys just don't hear shit. Sometimes JB don't hear me when I'm talking and vice versa. So it's hard to really, get your word off sometimes. So in person, I think it kind of avoids all of that. So I'm excited, man.
Hey, we're giving we gave the Boston Bomber $1,600 COVID check yesterday. You were on the show, but it came across. We showed it. There's a new because I'm looking at properties, buy properties. The property is always big, and I'm looking at some Bailey. Once Bailey shows this clip, I'm looking at this new house.
Front property.
It's right here off the 5 freeway.
May be hard to come by in Los Angeles, but for some people living on the margins, this is where they call home. There are many makeshift structures built with scrap material and trash along the Arroyo Seco next to the 110 freeway near Highland Park. They are among the more than 46,000 people experiencing homelessness in LA. Some of the structures, like this one, stand out. It has a stone wall, walkway, front door, powered lights, even a hammock for relaxing. It appears well kept.
That motherfucker built a house on the freeway, homie. Like a real house, better than your apartment.
I ain't better than my shit. I live in a condo. You ain't been out here. It's big as fuck. It's down there big as your house.
Is better than your condo right now.
My shit is huge in here. You can hear my echo in this motherfucker.
That motherfucker's clean. I'm not gonna lie, Max. That motherfucker house. He had shutters on the window, homie.
This shit nicer than yours.
Hey, what do you think that house goes for on Zillow?
In LA, it's good access to the highway right there, middle of the town.
Where's he getting electricity from, you think?
700,000. I think it's 700,000.
Where do you think he get electricity from?
Shit, he probably solar sourced.
That motherfucker got a garden too.
Yeah, hustler.
I mean, he don't pay rent either, homie. That's why he's better than you.
That ain't better than me. My shit high. I pay more in rent than you do in your mortgage.
That's the problem. That's what I'm saying.
That's why I need this. That's why we need to get the studio. We need this brand money. That's why you got to stop cussing out everybody that's trying to give you opportunity because we need that money, JB. I'm gonna start checking you, JB.
He texted me back when I told him what I needed.
I'm gonna start checking you, JB, because we close enough now. I'm comfortable fully. If you do some shit wrong, I'm gonna call you out every single time now.
Anything you need to set up the space, just give me the shit. I don't need you to come see the space. It's my space. I don't need you to see the space.
He wants to see it. He'll make sure that's how you do it. You don't invest in somebody without seeing the product and seeing what you're investing in. Come on,
product's us, not the space.
Well, he wants to see everything.
Hell yeah, hell no. Nah. Real quick. Because we're right at 9 right now. We're right at 9.
Yep.
Shout out to Mr. Go 30, my boy. He's in the chat, chilling.
Mr. Go, I need you on the Porch Podcast, Mr. Go. Hit me up. DM me.
My show. can't come on your show.
I need Mr. Go. Hit me
You
over,
only
man.
have girls on your show. It's a pro-black.
I have everybody on my show.
We don't do that.
I have men, women, black, a few white. I have everything on my show.
Hell yeah, hell no, Smitty. Brought to you by Prize Picks. The Knicks have a real shot at getting to the finals.
Hell no. I'm actually thinking about putting money on the 76ers to go on a crazy run and make it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals where they will lose against the Boston Celtics. Hey, baby.
I might take some money on the Knicks to get to the finals. I like Thibodeau. I like what he does. I like what they do. Even without the big man who's been out, shoulder injury, I think the Knicks are on fire. They're actually playing real cohesive unit-wise. I think the Knicks are the bet.
Well, let's see. I mean, I guess we'll make our final decision on winnable. So you guys go there and see what JB and I decide.
Hell yeah, hell no. Nah. Jaden Daniels will be the best quarterback in this draft.
Hell no. I like Michael Penix. I'm big on Michael Penix. The only question for me is just the injury history. Other than that, I've seen this guy stand in the pocket. He has good footwork. He's athletic, like we just heard from our guy Shaun. Can run when needed and when necessary. The only question mark for me is just the health. And the thing about it too, I kind of think he is going to drop a little bit in the draft, which means he's going to end up in a better situation than some of those higher guys that's going to get drafted, like a Jaden or even a Caleb. So I say hell no, man, only because I think Caleb will be, but I do think Jaden will have a solid career. I just don't think it will be better than Penix.
Wait, rewind. Who will be?
Penix.
Who will be the best though?
Michael Penix.
But who will be the best, you said, other than her?
I'm confused now. I don't know what I said.
You just said Caleb something.
I said Caleb.
You said Caleb Williams.
No, I didn't.
We'll rewind it.
I said Caleb, and when I was talking about, I think Michael Penix will get drafted to a better situation because I do think he'll get drafted a little later in the first round. And I think he'll be in a better position than some of the earlier quarterbacks who will get drafted ahead of him, such as Jaden and Caleb. That's when I said Caleb's name.
I like Penix a lot. I just further evaluation, I don't see it. Not in the NFL.
But you don't see it. You don't see it in none of them though. So it's not really a good.
Not this draft. Not this draft. Hell yeah, hell no. The Raiders will move up to draft a quarterback.
The Raiders will move up to draft a quarterback. Hell no. They stay at 13. They stay at 13.
You just heard Shaun say some interesting facts about some things. Moving up, only 2 draft one person that AP knows, and that's true. So I don't know. I don't know if you can get a lefty. I don't know if you can wait and you get Penix is available in Vegas. I don't know if it's a match. I don't think that's like a dream match. I just don't see it. You either go Jaden Daniels or you draft one of these big time O linemen or another receiver. You did lose, your little slot in Renfro. You lost a few guys. I would try to go get me another big time receiver, or I don't know what running backs are available. Running backs fall hard in the draft, so we'll see who draft. I doubt you draft anyone near the top of the draft as a running back. I don't see it. I bet you the first running back don't go until middle, second, third round. So we'll see. I don't know. But it's been a good show, Smitty. I dominated as usual. Bailey, did you put it in the BPS shit? The guy getting arrested? Smitty.
Oh, thank you, Jack. I probably messed up, Jack.
You messed up what?
Now, what'd you say, JB? My fault. I was talking to the chat. What's going on? We always get weird when it's the end of the show. Like, JB never knows if he wants to end it or he wants to do another segment. He wants to do another conversation.
Nah, I'm looking at it. I thought I sent Bailey the clip I wanted, but I guess I didn't. There was a cop.
Yeah, I saw you sent it to him in a private chat earlier. The tweet. I thought you did, or I seen it somewhere. The twin brother.
Yeah,
that's somewhere.
Yeah, Bailey bullshitting.
It's already in.
It's about free food, y'all.
That's his twin brother arresting him.
I know. That's wild. If I'm gonna get arrested though, I'd rather be like my brother though, or my homie. At least I know everything gonna be kind of smooth. It's crazy because the whole community, they know these kids probably grew up there, and the whole community's outside. Like, I don't know if they cheering or booing, I don't know what they're doing, but it's just crazy.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. I told you I heard Caleb. I knew it.
We already addressed that. You late as hell.
Bailey be fuck with me. Like, he'd be like, which one? And then he has the shit in already. And I'm like, Bailey, I already got it in.
Well, you wasn't clear to Bailey's defense. You said some shit like, Bailey, you got that clip I sent you? What's going on, Bailey?
I like
JB.
Doorbell
JB wasn't clear. JB said, Bailey, you got that clip I sent you? He said, which one? Because you sent them 1,000 clips during the show. We can't hear you, but it's cool. We can't hear none of you saying what's cool.
You rang.
All muted.
Hey, you rang? That's Boban.
No, we got like hundreds of clips. So I was like, dang, which one? Did you want another one with the cop or something?
Bailey, how do you feel about, before we go, because I got to go and kiss my wife, how do you feel about Michael Penix? Do you think he will be successful in the NFL?
Man, it all depends on where he goes. If he ends up in a situation similar, Darnold ended up in two situations that really set him back. If Penix ends up in a situation that sets him back, I don't know. But if he ends up in a situation where he can excel quick, you'll see him do well.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Bailey's white is considered.
UFC of the 10. That's funny.
Hey, Bailey has his own show on YouTube. Make sure you follow him over there on YouTube.
Yeah, Bailey Price Media. Check it out.
Bailey Price Media. Follow him. Subscribe right now. Like right now.
Price Media. Go over there right now. By the way, all of Matt's clips, all of Nadu's clips, everything Bailey does for everybody that's on the show. So follow Bailey. Help Bailey out. All you guys, go over to his chat. Drop him $5,000 right now. Super chat. And then we'll be cool. We'll get this thing going. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Free Game Friday tomorrow. Fearless Friday. Fired Up Friday. As once again, might as well make it a clean sweep. And I'll dominate Smitty one more again on tomorrow's show. And hopefully we can get into the studio really, really soon. Maybe by the 1st of the month, by May. If everybody drops a super chat tomorrow, we may be able to move into the studio tomorrow. But in the meantime, follow us right now on winnable.com/slappicks because today is all baseball and a little hockey. But right now, my picks are in. Go check it out. Lock picks. By the way, I was 2 for 2 yesterday. So go find out what we're picking today and become a member of our First Down plan. And Smitty adjusted some things. So we got some new people in there. We got 200-300 people already subscribing. Shout out to everybody in there. We need more members in the First Down thing section. So check it out, and we'll see you tomorrow. If you guys drop some super chats, we may be able to get that house on the 101 freeway right here in L.A., and we can move in there and do the studio. So we'll see you tomorrow on the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. Peace!
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the ass a rap.